The Spirit are set to take the ice. But first, get all the game day information you need. It's time for Countdown to Face-Off on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey, WSGW.
It's another great night for some Saginaw Spirit hockey, and the countdown is on as the Spirit continue this January road trip with a visit to the Otters of Erie for a great Western Conference matchup. Good evening, everybody. Jonathan Dent here in the Stormmaster Exteriors studios. Dylan Clark is awaiting in the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth out at Erie Insurance Arena. We'll head over there soon. But first, the season wears on for Saginaw, who have had some ups and some downs over the last few weeks. They were able to topple one of the top teams last week in overtime against Windsor, but couldn't hold on last night as the Kitchener Rangers wore them down in a high-scoring affair at the Odd. It was the Rangers that struck first, scoring shorthanded on their first shot of the evening, but not to be outdone. The next shot in the game was in the back of their own net when Dima Zhilkin helped Nikita Klepov into the Kitchener end. His drop pass in front of the net went off a defender's skate and in to tie things at 1.
Two quick passes onto the tape of Dima Zhilkin now. Saginaw tries to fly the zone. Backhanded pass between the legs of Klepov. He's got it into the right circle. Put back in front. They score! A friendly bounce off a Ranger. Klepov backhanded it there. 13:52 to go in the period. The Spirit have tied the game at 1.
The Rangers maintained control through the bulk of the period, but Saginaw found a few breakouts, and it was one of those that saw a shot by James Go ring off the iron wide. Uri Rauja was the first to find the rebound and batted in for his first in the OHL to take the 2-1 lead.
This is back in the left wing corner, offensive end for Saginaw. Levi Harper back at the left point. James Go steps into a shot. Save made by Kirsch. Rebound, they score! Uri Rauja, first OHL goal off the end wall. 2-1 Spirit with 8:11 to go in the first period.
That was Saginaw's second shot of the period, and they only registered 2 shots on net in the first 20 minutes. Kitchener tied it up again with a power play in the first minute of the second, but the Spirit retook the lead at 9:14 while on the man advantage themselves. Nikita Klepov pulled the Rangers' defense out to the right, opening up a lane for a shot by Jacob Kluche, and Dima Zhilkin, while falling to the ice, put home the rebound.
Kluche's in down the right side. Hits the trailer, Barabanov. Left circle, Harmer. Back through the seam. Right side, Klepov. Fakes the delay. The shot there by Kluche. They score on the rebound. Dima Zhilkin right on the doorstep, cashes in. Saginaw takes the lead. A fantastic hesitation move to keep things going from Nikita Klepov.
Kluche got one of his own a couple minutes later, putting a shot on net from distance that deflected in off a Kitchener stick. Carson Harmer and Xander Valeris picking up assists on what proved to be the last Spirit tally of the night. 2 power play goals and an even strength late in the second frame from the Rangers, then 1 on the power play and an empty netter to put it away. It was a low-shooting game. Stefan Shurigan saved 18 out of only 24 shots faced, while the Spirit only managed 17 shots of their own, with 4 finding the back of the net. They'll work to get some more offense going tonight as they go from the top of the Midwest Division to the bottom, facing off against the Erie Otters. Now, like it or not, the Otters are closer in the standings to Saginaw than Kitchener, a 14-26-1-1 record to the Spirit's 15-23-4. Only 7 points difference through 42 games. The only other time these teams met in that time was in Saginaw, October 24th. The Otters need something to celebrate, and they would love to relive some of their success from the 2025 postseason with a win against Saginaw here tonight. They've dropped their last 6 in a row, 3 of those to the Windsor Spitfires just in the last 2 weeks, including last night. Meanwhile, the Spirit are in the rat race that is the playoff positioning, still holding on to the 8th in the Western Conference, only 3 points away from Owen Sound and Guelph in 6th and 7th. With Owen Sound losing to London tonight and Guelph out of action, 2 points would be huge for Saginaw's postseason hopes. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Dylan talks with Spirit head coach Chris Lazary in tonight's Coach's Corner as Saginaw Spirit Countdown to Face-Off continues on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Garber is your local Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. Family owned, locally trusted. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at your local Jeep and Ram dealer. Garber, Bay Road, Saginaw. Online 24/7 at GarberCDJR.com.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber. Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh and Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh and Associates. Retirement made clear.
Now, get inside analysis directly from the Spirit coaching staff. This is Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner is a Spirit closeout this weekend here with the Erie Otters, joined again by Spirit head coach Chris Lasry. And coach, last night against the Kitchener Rangers, you got a team of 08s and 09s facing off against 11 NHL drafted picks. Just what do you pull away from that and the fact that it was a close game for as long as it was?
Well, so the shorthanded goal I don't like against, like it's shot from distance. Shrubie knows he's got to have it. It's posted in-ish, so it's a great shot. But I think our power play, our penalty kill went, 1 of 5, so we gave up 4 goals. Like you even cut that in half. You take that game for the way we played, and we probably win it. So I just told our guys today we did a lot of good things. We looked at all the good clips. We got to duplicate that and be a little bit better, obviously, in some areas. But we're right there. We're the second youngest team in the league. We just played one of the older teams in the league, and we gave them everything we could handle. To me, we should be encouraged by that, and let's build our game so when we meet those type of teams here, hopefully at some time in the playoffs, we are ready to push them to the limit.
Wide gap in the faceoffs last night, 41 for the Rangers, 11 coming back the other way. Is that, again, another experience thing, or can you just chalk that up to a bit of an off night?
Well, where did you get that analytic? Because when you look at it on Sportlogic, it wasn't. I mean, they were way better than us in the dot. They got Sam O'Reilly, who's the best player in Canada in junior for faceoffs, taking most of them, but we won more than 8. I know they have their graphic on TV, but they also called us the Saginaw General, so I wouldn't read too much into that. But, we got young guys that are taking draws, like Geldy's learning to be a face-off guy. Like Barb's is digging in, learning to be a face-off guy. Like Harms is pretty good. He had a tougher night, but that's part of our development curve is learning how to be a good face-off guy, and it takes time.
Uri Rauja, first OHL goal. Could have had a couple of others as well. What were some of the things that you've seen out of him in the last couple of games? It doesn't just happen overnight, but what are the things that he's been really hitting the marks on to lead to that first OHL goal?
Well, he's been frustrating in the sense that he can skate, he can shoot, he's got size and strength and skill. He's got all the tools to be a player. But it's been a slow start, not even so much production, just hold on to some pucks, skate through the neutral zone with possession, in the O zone, grab it, go for a roll, don't give it up quickly. I think it's a confidence, show us you can play the way we need to play with all the tools you have. But he goes to the net, great shot, great play, coming off a forecheck. We looked at that clip. He's around the net. He's ready for the rebound. And then he had a chance to bury another. And if it weren't for about 3/4 of an inch of a pad, we make that game a 1-goal game. And it was a great play by him off the offside to skate down and make himself available. So, there's signs of life in his game, but he needs to continue to get better.
Two teams close together in the standings. Is it tough to almost not think back to some of the playoff battles that you guys had here a couple of months ago? And just how important is this one in the context of the season?
Yeah, I don't care last year's playoff battle because the team isn't the same on both sides. To me, we have an internal mission of we're going to try to work our way into 6th place. That's our goal. And right now we have a team below us in the standings who we just talked with our team that they're looking at us as that this is a game 7 for them. If they want to get into playoffs, they need to leapfrog us. This is a 4-point game, but we can't. We just got to make sure we play the game we played last night and be a little bit better in areas and then continue to progress. And it's the same as the book, the score takes care of itself. It's not the outcome that you're focused on. It's the process and doing everything we need to do shift by shift that when the game does end, you get the results you want.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight. That's Chris Lasry. Saginaw closes out the weekend with the Otters. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Their clash in the 2025 OHL playoffs is firmly in the rearview mirror, but there is the potential for a lot of fireworks tonight from the Erie Insurance Arena. There is always the potential when 2 out of the 3 American teams in the Ontario Hockey League get together for a little bit of extra juice in the rivalry. Hi, everybody. My name's Dylan Clark. Thanks so much for being with us here tonight. The Spirit close out a 2-game road trip here with the Erie Otters at Erie Insurance Arena. Second matchup of the season between these two hockey clubs. Saginaw took a 5-3 win over Erie back on October the 24th at the Dow Event Center, and two teams looking to shake off some rust here. Saginaw has lost 3 out of their last 4 hockey games, including a 7-4 loss last night in Kitchener at the hands of the Rangers. The Erie Otters, they did their best against the Windsor Spitfires, kept things close, much like the Spirit did with Kitchener, but a 3-2 loss ultimately to the Windsor Spitfires here in this building for Erie last night. That marks 6 consecutive losses for this Otters hockey club right now that finds itself in last place in the Western Conference. Only 8 get to go to the dance in the springtime in the OHL's Western Conference. Saginaw occupies that 8th and final playoff spot here. This is game 43 out of 68 for the Spirit. They want to secure that and maybe move up as high as 6th place, as Chris Lazary mentioned. We'll take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's game, brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University, your community-engaged university in the Great Lakes Bay region. For Erie, a very different-looking hockey club. A lot of players in the starting lineup that weren't here at the start of the year. Michael Deck, a trade deadline acquisition, starts off on the left side with Andrew Kuzma at center. McLean Agret at right wing. On the back end, the Otters go with Lucas Ambrosio and their captain, newly minted captain, in Tristan Trevino. For the Saginaw Spirit, their newly minted captain, Dima Zhilkin, enters this game on a 5-game scoring streak. He starts on the left side with Igor Barabanov and Nikita Klepov. James Go and Levi Harper start out on the blue line again for Chris Lazary and the Saginaw Spirit. Your starting lineups brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University. A quick look. Jonathan's got your out-of-town scores before we drop the puck on this Saturday night.
Thank you, Dylan. Out-of-town scores this evening brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Plenty of action already taking place in the OHL. A little bit to come up yet. The London Knights take a 5-4 win over the Owen Sound Attack. Ryan Brown, a 2-goal performance for the Knights, including the game-tying goal in the last minute of the second period. In Brampton, the Steelheads fall to the Windsor Spitfires 5-2. The Brantford Bulldogs at home, a 5-2 win over the visiting Kingston Frontenacs. Some interleague play. We had this matchup last night as well, but the Ottawa 67s visiting the Gatineau Olympics in the QMJHL, a 5-3 win for the 67s. 67s also picking up the win last night, 2-1 in Ottawa. Coming up a little bit later on, the Niagara Ice Dogs take on the Peterborough Petes, and the Barrie Colts are hosting the Oshawa Generals. Puck drop between the Saginaw Spirit and the Erie Otters coming up after this, right here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber. Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
So, we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
We're Duralast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Duralast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Duralast, the world's best roof.
Spirit Hockey
Harmer holds it out wide. Centers. Kluchek scores!
lives
Looking for the stretch pass to Jilkin. He'll pop off the wall and lay down for him. Jilkin scores!
here.
Picked up by Harmer. In with speed. Carson Harmer shoots. He scores! Carson Harmer!
The radio home of your Saginaw Spirit is WSGW 100.5 FM. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. Now it's game time. Live from the rink to your radio. Here is the first period play-by-play with the voice of Saginaw Spirit Hockey, Dylan Clark.
Saturday night opportunity at 2 points here for the Saginaw Spirit. They are looking to secure one of the lower playoff seeds here in this year's 2026 OHL playoffs. The Erie Otters want to get back into the playoff picture. 10th place, trying to chase down 8th right now. The Saginaw Spirit have 7 points on the Erie Otters. They want to make that 9 here with a potential victory tonight. Our Delta College opening face-off. Igor Barabanov against Andrew Kuzma, the Spirit in the traveling whites. The Otters, the home navies with the gold numbers and helmets in Erie, takes control off of this opening face-off, moving left to right. They throw it right onto the tape of Saginaw's Levi Harper. Up the near side, looking for the captain, Dimas Jilkin. Into the offensive zone. Jilkin cutting to the middle. Onto the far side boards of the Otter end. There's the chance for Nikita Klepov. Doubles back here. Down the right wing boards he goes again. Klepov looking to drive by Michael Decken. The circle puts it in front. And a fanned-on chance there by Jilkin. Back behind the Otter net again. This is Klepov in front for Jilkin, the one-time chance, and that's sent wide. Up to the far side wall. This is Levi Harper looking to go back out to Igor Barabanov at the center point. That pass misfired, so the Spirit have to recontrol and regroup at center ice. This is Klepov down the wing again. Now for Barabanov. Drives the middle. Takes the shot. They score. James Go from the bottom of the left wing circle. 46 seconds into the hockey game. And the Spirit defenseman gives Saginaw the 1-0 lead. And a hot start for the Saginaw Spirit. A less than ideal start for one of the starting goaltenders tonight. Noah Tegelar making his Erie Otters debut. First puck that he sees goes low on the blocker side from James Go, and that is just puck possession and a sense of urgency for the Saginaw Spirit here, looking to right the ship after a 7-4 loss at the hands of the Kitchener Rangers last night. Fourth goal of the season for the defenseman James Go. Josh Glavin off the faceoff at center ice. That deflects up and out of play. So a faceoff here. 19:09 left in this first period. We'll take a look at our starting goaltenders for tonight's game. Brought to you by NetSource One, the official technology provider of the Spirit. Noah Tegelar, NOJHL Rookie of the Year with Blind River back in 2024. He makes his Erie debut after coming over in a trade with the Sioux Greyhounds, who had a bit of a goaltending logjam after they picked up Carter George from the Owen Sound Attack. So Tegelar becomes an Otter. Gets his first start in the blue and gold here tonight. Noah Erliden is the backup goaltender for Saginaw. It will be Stepan Shurigan. He makes his 37th appearance here on the season. A 1-0 lead for the Saginaw Spirit. Josh Glavin on this puck at neutral ice. James Go, his fourth of the season. Your Beerline Trombley Electric Light the Lamp goal here for the Spirit. Now a steal. This one couldn't be turned into the offensive zone by Erie's Evan Hedrick. Bouncing puck back into the Saginaw zone, picked up by Tristan Trevino, the captain of these Erie Otters. Native of Franklin Park, Pennsylvania. Turns around in the right wing circle of the Erie end and looks to set up shot back in his own zone. Blake Gowan picked up in a trade with the Peterborough Petes. Turns that one right back onto the stick of Saginaw's Bodie Stewart. Drives right down the middle, gets taken down. The bouncing puck followed up on there by Jensen Geldart. Ryan Hanrahan now. Rolls high in the offensive zone for the Spirit. Fakes the drop-off, goes down into the corner below the goal line. Poked off his stick. Hanrahan on it again, now near side corner to the left point. Graydon Jones, little slip to the middle. Jones stops up, takes the shot, never got to the net. The Otters pick things up. Tyler Cooper on things back out to center ice. And this will be taken out by Case Kamzik. Now a steal. Cooper, the shot, rang it off the goalpost. Back in behind Stepan Shurigan. That would have been the first shot on goal for the Otters. Off the goalpost and out, little puck luck for the Saginaw netminders. The Spirit get things back into Erie real estate. 2.5 minutes gone here in the first period. A 1-0 lead for the Spirit and an interesting start on both sides as the Spirit wait patiently now in the neutral zone for 4 out of the 5 Otter skaters to sweep back down below the faceoff dots and break this puck out of the defensive end. Up the left side. Puck will pop on and off the stick there of Ulysses Lombardi. He closes off his check on Saginaw's James Go, rolls it back to Ambrosio. Now Julius Sari, the point shot. That rolls wide back in the Spirit end. They throw it right back into the blue crease. That'll be sticked and handled by Shurigan up the right side now. Nikita Klepov stops up at the red line, throws it onto the backhand of his captain. A nice move by Zhilkin to shake into the corner. He ducks back up the near side boards and drops the puck off for Klepov. Barabanov looking in front. That'll be knocked down by a combination of Otters. Zhilkin turns his shot to the net off the steal. It'll be covered and stopped for a face-off by the goaltender Noah Tegelar. 16:45 left in this first period. A couple of good shifts by the top line here for the Saginaw Spirit. And a 1-0 lead. Look at the offensive zone face-off. Your officials for tonight's game, brought to you by WNEM TV5. Blake Beer and Mitchell Hardy are the referees. Riley Brass and Evan Conrad, who is getting set to drop the puck now in the near side circle of the Erie zone. They are the linesmen. Barabanov between Klepov and Dima Zhilkin. Nikita Klepov, goal and an assist last night against the Kitchener Rangers. This one not able to be controlled off the offensive zone face-off. McLean Agret dumps this back into the Spirit end on the backhand. Shurigan out there to play it. Turned up the near boards by Saginaw's Jones. Then the bump to the middle. Barabanov to Zhilkin. It's got speed. Doesn't have the puck anymore. That was taken away by Julius Sari. Got the live at the blue line by Blake Barnes and sent back in behind the Otter net. Ambrosio around for Julius Sari. Back to Lucas Ambrosio, one of just 4 players on the Otter roster, 3 of them in action tonight, who was a part of last year's first-round meeting between the Spirit and the Erie Otters, as they'll drop things off back behind the Erie goal and go for a line change. Now this up the near side boards. Frasca out to neutral ice for Michael Deck now into the offensive zone. This is now McLean Agret in the right wing corner. The Otters go to work in the offensive zone. Kuzma knocked off that puck. Uri Rauja, fresh off his first OHL goal, trying to force the issue. The centering pass in front broken up. Nick Frasca's right wing shot. That deflected off a Spirit stick into the far wall. Pushed back in behind the Saginaw net. The centering feed shut down by Shurigan from point blank. He robbed Andrew Kuzma right on the doorstep. This is Uri Rauja firing it back into the Otters end. Noah Tegelar there to steal. Sweep it back around. Bodie Stewart on it for Saginaw. This one up the right wing faceoff circle will be stolen by Luke Plant. Back into the Otter end he goes. Just about 5 minutes gone here in this first period. And again, the Otters break things out from behind their own net. Pass to the far wall, goes off the back of a skate. Plant tries to settle things down at center ice. Can't be stolen by Saginaw's Harmer, so Xander Valeris pushes the Otters onto the far boards. Michael DeLessio recovers here for Erie and tosses a saucer pass back to Tristan Trevino. A long dump in. Goes back to Saginaw's Xander Valeris in the far corner. Rimmed it around. Intercepted by Hedrick. Turned back towards the middle of the ice. This will be taken here by Callum Hughes. High slot. Works back up now to the left point. Turns it near side. Trevino, a shot well wide. That was sticked out of midair by the goaltender Shurigan. Carson Harmer tosses an outlet pass onto the stick of Jacob Kluche. The drop pass at the line, and the Spirit are offside. 14:28 left here, first period. James Go, the lone tally. Igor Barabanov and Nikita Klepov have the 2 assists on Saginaw's beer line. Trombley Electric Light the Lamp goal. Just 46 seconds into the contest. And Carson Harmon to take this draw. He's on the longest active scoring streak for the Spirit right now. 6 straight games with a point for Harmer. 2 goals and 7 helpers for 9 points. As this puck moved back to neutral ice and settled down by Harmer just inside the Spirit blue line. Turns a pass over to James Go. Up the far side boards. It's intercepted. Case Kamzik made sure that didn't get too far into Otter real estate. They'll flip this puck back out to center again in a couple of bounces. It'll be handled by James Go. Off the stick of Carson Harmer. Otters say no at their blue line again. Regroup this time. It's Levi Harper down the left side. Goes down to the hash mark. Lost the puck courtesy of the Otter captain Trevino. Back behind the Erie net here. 13:47 to go first period. 1-0 Spirit. As Harper picks things up in the neutral zone again. Turned into the wall, though, by Case Kamzik. Back in the Otters end. Ulysses Lombardi. Former 10th round pick of the Flint Firebirds. Strides this one back up to neutral ice here for Erie. This will be taken now. Blake Gowan trying to dart his way on by. Ran into 3 Spirit jerseys. Now an odd man break back the other way. This is Hanrahan. Down the left wing. Takes a shot. Blocker saved by Tegelar. Hanrahan closed off and dumped back in behind the Erie net. Now this is Bodie Stewart. Rolls over the top of the offensive zone. Takes a shot into traffic. Broken up on its way through. That'll be rescued by Julius Sari, the Otter defenseman. Saginaw tries to go to work back in behind the Erie net. Jensen Geldart takes a hit. Moves the puck. Up top. Drew Roscoe. Slides it across to Blake Barnes. Dumps it back into space. This is Roscoe now. Right wing corner sweeping that one in front. And a save made by Tegelar. Otters take it back the other direction now. Here's a chance. Jackson shouting down the right wing on a 2-on-1. Knocked to the net. Great left pad save. Oh, that was batted out of the air. And Shurigan kicks it aside. Drew Roscoe as the Spirit navigate the danger. Jensen Geldart back in front of the Saginaw bench. Turns this one back now onto the stick of Blake Barnes. Bodie Stewart just past the red line. Turns around. Flips it off the glass back into the Erie end. He goes for a change. 12.5 left in the first period. It stays a 1-0 Spirit lead thanks to a fantastic save from Shurigan. Here come the Otters again. Deck into the left wing corner. That'll be put back in behind the net. Andrew Kuzma below the Spirit goal line. Kuzma give and go again. Up high. Cross ice pass. Kuzma has it back. Left wing circle. Shot goes wide. Rebound off the end boards. Picked up by Saginaw Zhilkin. Going to blow right past 2 Otters in behind the Saginaw net. Turn this puck up the far wall. Back out to center ice. Otters throw it towards Stepan Shurigan from beyond the blue line. So a blocker redirect will be picked up in the corner by Xander Valeris. A crisp tape-to-tape pass. Zhilkin into the offensive zone. One hand, Barabanov drops off. Klepov the shot. And the blocker saved by Tegelar. Puck to the near corner. Zhilkin up high. Valeris, D-to-D pass. That's handled by Levi Harper. Shakes by Michael Deck into the right wing circle. 2 Otters over to Levi Harper. Make it free now as that'll be joined by Andrew Kuzma. Harper does what he can. Gets a rough ride on the far wall by the rookie Michael DeLessio. And this is Julius Sari back in the behind the Otter net now. Otters clear the puck. In on the goaltender, Shurigan, an easy stick blade stop. And he drops it off for Igor Barabanov again. Wide on the reaching Luke Plant. Otters jam that up in front of the Erie bench. Taken away by Saginaw's Brody Popoy. Now for James Go, the goal scorer here in this contest. 1-0 Spirit, almost halfway through the first. Brody Popoy catches up with Trevino. Reinforcements in the way of Carson Harmer. Now into the left circle. Popoy the turning shot. And another save made by the netminder, Noah Tegelar. 11:04 left in the first period. Saginaw has come out swinging here. 5-3, 6-3 now. The shot advantage. They put another one up on the board. Back to Erie Insurance Arena in a moment here at 100.5 FM WSGW.
You really do get it all at Garber Chevrolet in Linwood. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience that will keep you coming back. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see us. Get a better overall experience and lease for less in Linwood. Garber Chevrolet Linwood, M13, north of Bay City. Online, garberlinwood.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Hi, this is Graydon Jones, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Back inside Erie Insurance Arena, it's a 1-0 lead for the Saginaw Spirit. Igor Barabanov and Nikita Klepov have assists on James Go's fourth goal of the season. Shots on goal brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance at Saginaw Bay Underwriters, 6-3 in favor of the Spirit. Will really come out with a hot start in mind here in this first period. The Otters win a defensive zone faceoff and flip this puck back out to neutral ice. That'll be caught up to by Callum Hughes. Hits the trailer. Trevino, right circle. Blocker saved by Shugan from the long-range chance. The rebound kicked out. May have gone off the outside of the post as well. Another one turned towards the net. Right pad saved by Shurigan. Follow-up chance again. And all of a sudden, as Shurigan covers for a faceoff, the Otters may very well have either evened or surpassed Saginaw's shot count here in this game. Back and forth for Stepan Shurigan as he makes his 37th appearance here for the Saginaw Spirit on the year. Second most saves in the OHL coming into tonight's game at 1,018. OHL's leading Minuteman, 2,085. Nobody's crossed the 2,000-minute mark between the pipes in the Ontario Hockey League beside Stepan Shurigan. 18 out of 24 last night against the Rangers, and there's another shot turned out by the right pad of Shurigan right off the faceoff. Otters look to repay the favor here. They've woken up as we return from our first media timeout. Otters down the left wing into the circle. Here's a chance and a shot fought off by the left shoulder of Shurigan. Great opportunity off the stick there of Plante on the far wall. Back in behind the Saginaw net. Xander Valeris rolls after it. Puck up the near sidewall. Uri Rauja turns it off the boards. And out to center looking for Sawyer Schmidt. Igor Barabanov takes it back at center red. Cross ice feed. This will be settled down by Xander Valeris and turned back from center ice again. On the near sidewall, Sawyer Schmidt is there. Ducks around his man. Schmidt moves it along for Uri Rauja. Off the right wing boards, the drop pass there, handled by Graydon Jones. Put back in front, bouncing puck, settled by Sawyer Schmidt while falling. Now up high, Barabanov, the shot fought aside by Tegelar. The rebound chance swept towards the net by Schmidt, and another save by Tegelar as he hangs on here. 9:47 left in this first period. It stays a 1-0 game. Noah Tegelar for a 7th-round pick. That was the trade between the Erie Otters and the Sioux Greyhounds back on January the 8th. As again, the goaltending shuffle for the Sioux as they look to make a deep playoff run, and all of a sudden they've got a much stronger 1-2 punch in goal between Landon Miller and Carter George, whom they picked up from the Owen Sound attack. Charlie Burns, the odd man out tonight for the Erie Otters. And again, Noah Erliden is the backup goaltender behind Tegelar. Otters win a D-zone faceoff. Michael D'Alessio now charging down the right side for Erie. Tries to spin back in front. Picks the pocket of Barabanov. Gets it back. A point shot by Trevino. That'll be gloved and held by Stepan Shurigan. We mentioned a 7-4 loss for Saginaw at the hands of the Kitchener Rangers last night. For the Erie Otters, they fell behind early. 3-0 here in this building to the Windsor Spitfires last night. Evan Hedrick and Caden Edwards would get goals later on. Edwards at the 16-minute mark of the third period to make things interesting in the dying moments of that hockey game. As the Otters really gave Windsor a run for their money. They ultimately fall short. It's, again, 6 straight losses here for Erie. As the Otters pump it back in behind the net of Shurigan. Puck on the far side wall. That'll be turned right back onto the stick of Saginaw's Nikita Klepov. Now up ice. Dimas Yilkin bowls into the offensive end. Goals in 4 out of his last 5 hockey games. Has not found one yet, but he has drawn a penalty as he flexes the stick. It'll be a slashing call coming up to the Otters. The guilty party will be Michael D'Alessio. And Saginaw to the first IBEW local 5-5-7 power play here in this game. So the special teams for the Spirit, a bit of a mixed bag last night. 1 for 3 on the power play, had some really good looks and good opportunities. They surrendered power play goals on 4 out of the 5 penalties they had to kill. But they'll start on the power play for right now, focusing on the positive. Saginaw, 8th best man advantage in the OHL right now at 22.1%. They roll with the 5 forwards here. Dimas Yilkin off the draw. It's D'Alessio in the box for slashing. Kluche bumping this one over. Klepov, center point, Igor Barabanov. Waits at the top of the zone. Klepov fakes the one-timer, steps to the middle, near side Shilkin. Settles the puck down, fake the one-timer as well. He moves to just inside the blue line. High in the zone, over to the far side, and drops it off for Nikita Klepov. Walks, drops it, coming the other way. Barabanov, toe drag, takes the shot. That one fought off by Tegelar, well up into the air. Comes direct in the trapezoid in behind the net. Carson Harmer battles for it. He lost his stick because it broke. The battle is back in behind the Otter net. The puck is just now moving. Harmer's just gotten a new stick. Klepov with the puck in the right wing circle. Harmer rejoins the play. Barabanov has it up high. Barabanov's shot deflected there, and it rolls wide. Barabanov able to keep it on the clearing attempt. Bump to the middle. Kluche from Klepov. The return pass near side. One pass too many for Zhilkin. 103 on the power play. Fake the one-timer to the middle. Kluche's shot gets deflected. Wide again. Zhilkin rims it back underneath. Onto the far wall. This is Klepov. Takes a heavy check. Keeps right on going. Moved into the corner. Carson Harmer with that new stick, and the pass is going to hop over the stick of Klepov on the boards. All the way back out to center ice. 45 on the Spirit power play as they are offside here. Trying to get the quick regroup. 7:54 in the first period. It stays a 1-0 game. 44 seconds left on Saginaw's first IBEW Local 557 power play here tonight. Some really good chances. They test the bumper. Jacob Kluche right in between the hash marks. They've successfully gotten to him twice. The shot just ricochets off an Otter and out the other side. And now the Spirit control from neutral territory. Second power play unit comes out here for Chris Lazary. Ryan Hanrahan back to the near side. Bodie Stewart over the line, drops it off. Levi Harper, cross ice handled on the backhand by Brody Papoy. Right wing circle, snaps a shot, fought off by Tegelar. Hanrahan puts it up high, too far. It's out to center for Harper. Papoy picks up the puck, shifting to the outside circle. Tries to get around Blake Gowan. Hits the brakes. Center point, it's Harper again. Given into the right wing circle. This is Jensen Geldart. Now Levi Harper near side. Ryan Hanrahan down to the goal line. Papoy looking in front. Tried the jam play. That one kicked out by the right skate of Tegelar. Papoy gets tossed into the end wall. He gets back up on this puck now. Jensen Geldart. Penalty time has expired. The Otters are back at even strength. And Ryan Hanrahan's got to navigate this one from just inside the Spirit end. Back into the offensive zone. Papoy bowls his way on through. Turn back down to the left corner. Jensen Geldart there against Julius Sari. Back up the near sidewall. Brody Papoy protects the puck. Looks towards the middle. Up high. Trying to get around an Otter. Does so. It was Plunt. And gets a return pass back from James Go. Papoy still possessing the puck on the far wall. Below the goal line, Jensen Geldart. There for Bodie Stewart. In the left wing corner. Stewart, 6.5 to go here. First period. It stays 1-0. The Otters will steal out of that chance from Saginaw on the bouncing puck. Just tossed back into Spirit real estate. Bodie Stewart to give up the near side here, looking for Levi Harper. Taken away by Tristan Trevino. Handcuffed, he slides into the corner. Got the puck away, though, from the forechecking Sawyer Schmidt of Saginaw. And this turned back out to center ice, where that'll be knocked into the offensive zone by Erie's Case Kamzik, and a shot deflected off the stick of Tyler Cooper. Now back in behind the Spirit net. Carson Harmer tries to apply the pressure. Otters have this puck. This is Kamzik. High in the offensive zone. Case Kamzik's shot ramps up a Spirit skate over the glass and out of play. 5:55 left in the first period. A much higher shooting first period. 11-8 in favor of Saginaw. 1-0 to score. Spirit have the lead. We're back to the Erie Insurance Arena in a moment here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Ryan Coe to create your personal price plan today.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
5:55 left in the first period here from Erie Insurance Arena. The Spirit looking to close out a weekend road trip on a high note. They lead it 1-0. The defensive zone face-off will be handled and knocked to the boards. Otters get it right back, and a point shot going to thunder wide there. Off the end wall, comes back around for Barabanov. Players stumbling all over the ice. They get it back out to center ice. Here's Nikita Klepov. Into the offensive zone, tosses that one off the wall and goes to attack Tristan Trevino's corner. Trevino, right shot defender, 6'3". Uses the frame, puts it up to McLean. Agret, then a cross-ice pass. Michael Deck can't handle it off the boards. And so Xander Valeris now put back in front. Deck on the steal. Loose puck right in front. They can't jam it home. Loose open net. Great save. Oh, Shurigan with the paddle. A wide open net. Some athleticism and a little bit of luck as well. The Spirit netminder with a brand new puck mark on the inside of his goaltender's paddle. A wide open net for McLean Agret in front. Shurigan was swimming, and he makes a fantastic save to keep it a 1-0 contest. 5:23 left in period one. Faceoff's going to come to his right. I hope we get an extra look at that. My goodness, what a save from Stepan Shurigan. And the Otters turning up the heat here as we approach the final 5 minutes of the first period. Bodie Stewart wins the faceoff over. Ryan Hanrahan turns it back in behind the Spirit net. This is Graydon Jones. Again, faceoff's a contentious point for Saginaw. Last night they fell in the faceoff game 41-11 to the Rangers as this is down for an icing call. That'll bring things back down to Stepan Shurigan's area. And we've just gotten a look at the replay from up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. And Shurigan, a last-ditch effort, looked like he'd been beaten. Sliding back to the net, just turns the hand over and a fantastic save. Now he's going to sweep this to the corner off the faceoff. Graydon Jones up for Blake Barnes. Saginaw dressing 11 forwards and 7 defensemen tonight. Brody Nade's the odd man out for the second consecutive game. As Jensen Geldart brings this in looking for Ryan Hanrahan. Andrew Kuzma cuts off the Spirit. This is Michael Deck here. Back to offensive territory. Cut away by Blake Barnes. Given back now. Kuzma with a shot. That one sent wide. And off the end boards in behind Shurigan. The Spirit playing out to center. Ryan Hanrahan on the clear. Does not have the mustard on it for icing though. Otters work out of their own defensive end again. Back to center ice. James Go. Flips it back in onto the stick of Ambrosio. Sets up shop. Gets a line change here. 4:19 left in the first period. It stays a 1-0 lead thanks to James Go. This puck off the near side wall. Worked up the boards by Nick Frasca. Otters send it back in and down for an icing. So the change they were beginning to make has to go back. And a familiar name here in Nick Frasca for the Erie Otters. Gabriel Frasca and a 12th round pick to the Brantford Bulldogs for 4 draft picks back on January 6th. Gabriel Frasca was a big piece of that postseason series victory for the Erie Otters last year. Quite a few trades have the Otters looking very different. Dylan Edwards, of course, if you were with us for last night's game, 2 goals for the Kitchener Rangers, thorn in the side of the Spirit for a long time as a member of the Erie Otters. This puck back out to center ice after the Spirit win the faceoff in the offensive zone. They won it a little bit too well. Now it goes back in behind the net. Shurigan as the Otters clear. And again, an icing. Alex Misiak departs for Kingston. Garrett Fraser and Brett Hammond depart for the Peterborough Peaks in exchange for Blake Gowan. They claim Andrew Kuzma off waivers from the Kingston Frontenacs on January the 7th. And again, that Noah Tegelar trade, who is tonight's starting goaltender. So a very different looking Erie Otters squad for head coach Chris Millette. James Go pumps this back in behind the Erie net. 3:50 left, first period, 1-0. He's got the goal. Zilkin turns it back into the right wing corner. Barabanov trying to get under a stick. Michael D'Alessio takes things away here for Erie. They put it up the far side wall. Reeled back in here by Luke Plott. Ducks back in behind the Otter net, and D'Alessio's on it. Helped along the near side wall. Collision at the boards by Harper. This one back up to center ice, and Callum Hughes got a bit of a follow-through on the stick there. Saginaw may have gotten away with one. Now this is Zilkin down the left side, trying to turn his way towards the net. Lost the puck, got it back, goes back and behind the goal. Zilkin emerges on the other side. Zilkin fakes the drop-off, does let it go there. Barabanov down the middle. Harper, the shot, he scores! All in one motion. Levi Harper up over the blocker of Noah Tegelar. 3:14 to go in the first period, and Saginaw takes the 2-0 lead. Levi Harper finishes the play, but that all starts with Dima Zilkin, the creativity there. The drop-off at the top of the offensive zone for Igor Barabanov. The Spirit have had a number of times, a number of circumstances on this season where passes just hadn't been delivered quite right. They're grade A scoring chances, but a puck either too close to a guy's feet, too far away from him. It's not right in the wheelhouse. That was right in the wheelhouse from Igor Barabanov to Levi Harper. 2 helpers in this game for Barabanov, 35 on the season to lead the hockey club. And Levi Harper is 8th of the rookie year. Gives Saginaw a 2-0 lead. Josh Glavin up the near wall. Brody Papoy. This will be turned back into the Otters' end. Blake Gowan there to pick it up in behind the Erie goaltender Tegelar. Tristan Trevino now. Cross-ice pass too far behind its intended target. Jackson Schouten chases after things up the near side wall. Trevino keeps things alive in the Spirit end. Pushes it wide to the Saginaw net. Schouten's turning shot deflected, knocked down on the backhand, put back in front. They can't get a clean shot away. Then a steal by Gowan, and that one sent wide. Up the near sideboards. Trevino takes the shot. That one ricocheted to the corner off of Saginaw's Glavin. Up through center ice, looking for Brody Papoy. That pass too far, but not far enough for icing. So the Otters start out again. Back in behind their goal. 2:22 left in the first. Caden Edwards from the Erie Blue. Otters looking for a line change. They put it right back onto the stick of Carson Harmer. Now a chance back in. Papoy down the left side. Deflection and a save made by Tegelar. Rebound right in front. Papoy had 2 Otters on him. Couldn't get a shot off. Harmer off the far wall. Looking up high. This is Blake Barnes. Near side for Graydon Jones. Sent back up. This is Kluche. Top of the zone. Shot gets blocked. Picked up and moved back up high again. Jones the shot into traffic. Deflected. Never got to the net as it hit off of Blake Barnes. 1 Otter without a stick. He'll kick it to the corner, but it's gloved down now by Jacob Kluche on the attempted clear. Caden Edwards takes back over for Erie. They slide it up the left wing wall. Blake Barnes is there. Has his pocket pick. This is Kamzik right to the net. Turned out by Shurigan with a blocker. In behind the Saginaw goal. Jones gets a rough ride. Gowan's on him. They both go into the wall. Stumbling was Gowan. Jones put him into the boards from an awkward angle. And 1:26 to go. The Spirit are going to be shorthanded. Kamzik now getting into it with Blake Barnes behind the play. And it looks like Saginaw to their first Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill here in this game. 1:26 left in the first period. It'll be for Jones as he looks up to the video board to try to see a replay. A holding call to Jones. Sends the Otters to their first man advantage. 18.2% on the year, 17th. Saginaw's PK, again, 4 power play goals against on 5 opportunities last night against Kitchener. That's dropped them all the way back down to 19th in the league. Back in behind the net, Shurian off the faceoff, reaching out with the goal stick, ran into a little bit of trouble. Saginaw gets it up to center ice. Return pass, Andrew Kuzma. Back up the near side. Left shot forward, just wraps it back in. One of 3 overagers on this roster here for the Otters. Now D'Alessio. Then up near side, Kuzma again. 12 goals on the season. This one is held back in, given back over to D'Alessio. Cross-ice pass goes off some skates. Back behind the Spirit net now. Tyler Cooper up to the left point. Play back in front off a body. This one kicked aside by Glavin. Kuzma's got it. Back up high to D'Alessio. The return pass for Kuzma. Right circle shot blocked again by Josh Glavin. Poked at by Saginaw's Dima Zilkin. The Otters keep things alive. Michael Deck throws it left circle, back through the seam, and intercepted here by Zilkin. Looking back out to center ice, shorthanded. Tries to hop around Michael Deck, and he turns it in on the backhand to go back to the bench. A clear there, and some fresh penalty killers for the Spirit. Now back in with speed. Michael D'Alessio here for the Otters. Broken up by James Go. On this puck is Barabanov. Then 3 Otters right over to him on the near boards. Evan Hedrick down the right side. Watched closely by James Go. 9 seconds left in the period. Otters on the far side wall. This power play will carry over. Now the Spirit will clear. Barabanov to chase, but that's it for the first. Only a couple of shots were managed by the Spirit in last night's game in Kitchener. Shot generation, not a problem here on this Saturday night from Erie Insurance Arena. 2-0 Spirit after 20 minutes of play. They outshoot the Otters 13-10. Erie will still have 34 seconds of power play time when we come back to start in the second. But James Go and Levi Harper have Saginaw in the driver's seat here through 20 minutes. We'll take a break. First intermission report coming up in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at garberchesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
It's time for your intermission report. In the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, here is Jonathan Dent.
A fun first period of hockey. Saginaw 2 goals. They're backstopped by some nice saves from Stefan Shurigan. Let's get into it here. Brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. It didn't take too long for things to get started. The Spirit first shot of the game, a zone entry, sets up a nice passing play from Nikita Klepov on the right side. Barabanov to James Go in the left circle, and he puts it short side to take that early 1-0 lead.
Regroup at center ice. This is Klepov down the wing again. Now for Barabanov. Drives the middle. Takes the shot. They score. James Go from the bottom of the left wing circle. 46 seconds into the hockey game. And the Spirit defenseman gives Saginaw the 1-0 lead.
46 seconds indeed, the Herman Hissen Company time of the goal there. Some more methodical back and forth in the opening minutes. A couple chances either way. They're limited, and they're cleaned up by the netminder. Stepan Shurigan managed to stop a shot that got redirected 1 to 2 feet in the air by Caden Edwards during an odd man break to protect that lead for Saginaw.
Slides it across to Blake Barnes, dumps it back into space. This is Roscoe now, right wing corner, sweeping that one in front. A save made by Tegelar. Otters take it back the other direction now. Here's a chance. Jackson shouting down the right wing on a 2-on-1. Knocked to the net. Great left pad save. Oh, that was batted out of the air, and Shurigan kicks it aside.
That's right before the first media timeout, and right out of the first media timeout, the Otters really started to pepper the Spirit net. Shurigan makes a nice series of saves, staying with the play all the way. 9 minutes, 11 seconds in, Michael D'Alessio takes a slashing penalty. Saginaw, the first power play of the evening. They get set up in the Erie zone. They start putting some shots towards the net. The Otters netminder, Tegelar, able to hold them off, and a couple nice clears kills that 2 minutes off without too much of an issue. Not too long after that, Erie gets into the offensive end along the right side. The puck comes out in front all alone. Lucas Ambrosio takes a shot from the slot. Shurigan turns up the stick to deny the chance.
Puts it up to McLean and Gretton, a cross-ice pass. Michael Dent can't handle it off the boards. So Xander Valeris now put back in front. Deck on the steal. Loose puck right in front. They can't jam it home. Loose open net. Great save. Oh, Shurigan with the paddle. A wide open net. Some athleticism and a little bit of luck as well. The Spirit netminder. A wide open net for McLean Agrent in front. Shurigan was swimming, and he makes a fantastic save to keep it a 1-0 contest.
On the other side, Igor Barabanov quickly puts a pass from Dima Zhilkin on the right to Levi Harper on the left, and his one-timer short side beats Tegelar to make it 2-0.
Zhilkin emerges on the other side. Zhilkin fakes the drop-off, does let it go there. Barabanov down the middle. Harper the shot, he scores! all in one motion. Levi Harper up over the blocker of Noah Tegelar. 3:14 to go in the first period, and Saginaw takes the 2-0 lead.
16 minutes, 46 seconds, the Herman Hissen Company time of the goal on that one. A late power play for Erie as Graydon Jones sits for holding. They close down the shooting lanes through the last couple minutes here. Some good blocks. 34 seconds of that power play will carry over for the Otters into the second period. Shots on goal favored Saginaw 13-10 through 20 minutes. Neither team cashing in on the man advantage, though Erie does still have a chance here moving into the second. Scoring in the first, James goes fourth of the season, assisted by Barabanov and Klepov, only 46 seconds in. Levi Harper, assisted by Barabanov and Zhilkin, makes it 2-0. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll bring Dylan into the conversation, break down that first period a little bit more for you right here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Soak up the stillness of winter on glistening trails, or glide along an outdoor ice rink. Take charming carriage rides through snowy streets. Embrace the magic of the season and warm up with comfort food and handcrafted beverages. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Carroll, Croswell, and Seaboing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Welcome back. 2-0. The Spirit lead the Otters after 20 minutes of play as we bring in from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth, Dylan Clark. Dylan, both of these teams have seen some high-end opponents over the last little bit, some intense games to start off the year here. This one seems a little bit more controlled, a little bit more methodical, but they're able to put on the Jets when they need to. Just the pacing of this game seems a little bit different than what we've seen here.
Yeah, and what the Spirit needed to start this game was a fast start and a dominant start. And, you know, we saw that on the James Go goal just 46 seconds into the game. But you could tell by the way that they were skating and moving the puck around right from the opening faceoff, that Barabanov, Klepov, and Zhilkin line. There was a sense of urgency. There was no hesitance. I mean, this is a team, you know, there aren't many teams this year that the Spirit are above in the standings. This is one of them. And there is a little bit of confidence that can come from that to say, okay, we know we can beat these guys. It's been done before. We've got that edge in the standings on them. And they come out and they kind of exercise that confidence and that, maybe not a sense of superiority, but that belief in the fact that they know that, you know, this is a winnable hockey game, a very winnable hockey game, and they control their own destiny. So to see that start, that first shift from Klepov, Barabanov, and Zhilkin, to see that kind of set the tone, that was massive for this hockey team. If they come out and they, you know, throw some grenades into each other's skates and the passes aren't crisp, they're not connecting, we're looking at a very different first period. But the Spirit seem to be firing on all cylinders from the opening faceoff.
Let's talk about that first goal and the second one as well. What strikes me is they both happen pretty much identically. We get passes across with Barabanov centering, and a defenseman in the left circle puts it short side, and it's in the back of the net just like that. Is that kind of going to be the key here? Is that how they're going to beat Tegelar, or is that just how those two came together?
Well, I think the fact that it was defensemen scoring and that it came from the same spot, I think that's just a coincidence. But the common theme on those goals is a lot of movement body-wise.
Yeah.
The Spirit are creating chaos in the offensive zone. They're getting guys through traffic and through coverage to create confusion and chaos back in the Otters' end. And it comes as a result of all that movement, both by guys that have the puck and the guys that are off the puck as well. So that's the common denominator between those two goals. And, yeah, to your point, it helps a lot when you've got guys that can fire the puck from the back end. And, again, they made their way into the left circle. But Saginaw's got some really talented offensive defensemen in Levi Harper. And, again, what James Go's been able to do this year, 24 points now coming into the season with his 4th goal of the year. The offensive upside from James Go has kind of exploded off the charts here in his 3 years in Saginaw. So to have those weapons, those guys in Go and Harper be threats from the blue line, that's a big advantage here for the Spirit for sure. But again, it's the other movement in the offensive zone that was the common theme on those goals.
And that's something that is just part of the Spirit system. That's something that Chris Lazary has really built into the Spirit's play style, seeing those openings, teaching defensemen to recognize those opportunities, and then giving them the freedom and the ability to take them. That's what's made Spirit defensemen so successful in the past. Levi Harper, we talked a little bit before the game even started, closing in on Zane Parek's scoring record as a rookie defenseman for the Spirit, and he gets one here tonight. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to agree with you. Yeah, for Harper, he's getting close. 35 points now with that goal. Parek had 37 in 50 games during his rookie career. Harper right now, this is game number 43, so they're close. And again, it really is tough to draw that straight line comparison. Harper as a late birth year, an October birthday. Zane was a February, so an 8-month difference there between those two players at the time of where they're doing this. So not quite a year older, still a rookie in this league. It's kind of that in between. But what Levi Harper's been able to do here as a first-year player in the Ontario Hockey League, it's something to be admired and something really fun to watch. And again, what he can do right now, imagine what he's able to do next season with a full year of OHL hockey and a full summer of training afterwards under his belt.
Absolutely. Real quick here, we don't have a whole lot of time, but let's mention this goaltending matchup. Stepan Shurgin coming up with a couple huge saves through that first 20 minutes. Tegelar, nothing to sneeze at either, able to really keep his team in it, at least through that first period.
Yeah, you give Noah Tegelar a lot of credit for that bounce back. Again, it's your first game in a new uniform in a new place. Kind of got more or less cast out. You were the odd man out in that goaltending rotation in the Sault Ste. Marie. Numbers are good this year for Noah Tegelar. Like 7 wins, 2.89 goals against average, 888 on the save percentage. That's nothing to sneeze at here in a league where goaltending can be so volatile. So for him to shake off that first goal from James Go to start the hockey game, he made 11 saves in that first period. He was busy. It could be a 4-0 Saginaw lead right now.
Absolutely. Dylan, as always, thank you for your time. A quick break. When we come back, Out of Town Scores here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Buick is America's oldest Buick dealership. Our factory-trained service technicians deliver precision care to keep your vehicle performing at its best. We also have an award-winning body shop. We even sell parts and tires. You truly get it all at Garber Buick. Better service, better selection, and better prices. Garber Buick, State Street in Saginaw. Online, garberbuick.com. Buick, exceptional by design.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go, Spirit.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Welcome back. Jonathan Dent here with your out-of-town scores. They're presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Some fun stuff to talk about around the OHL. Saginaw started out the scoring only 46 seconds into their game against the Erie Otters. So did the Petes, up 1-0. Kieran Walton, 46 seconds into the game there, assisted by Novotny and Cameron to take them up 1-0 over the visiting Niagara Ice Dogs. In Barrie, the Colts have a 1-0 lead over the visiting Oshawa Generals. Brad Gardner has the game winner there just under halfway through the period. Some games already took place here this afternoon. The London Knights taking a win against the Owen Sound Attack 5-4. A 5-2 win on the road for the Windsor Spitfires over the Brampton Steelheads. At home, the Brantford Bulldogs defend home ice 5-2 against the Kingston Frontenacs. And some interleague play. The Ottawa 67s defeat the QMJHL's Gatineau Olympics at a score of 5-3. A quick break. When we come back, second period action. Saginaw up 2-0 over Erie here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Enjoy the spirit of Frankenmuth and score big with your kids at the indoor water parks. The puck stops here in Funtown, where fan favorites include chicken and Christmas, but there's really so much more. Arcades, breweries, carriage rides, shopping, and pretzel rolling. Frankenmuth, where we leave the icing to the dessert. 800 Funtown. No matter how cold it is outside or in the hockey rink, there's loads of indoor fun waiting just down the road in Frankenmuth.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh & Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff. Taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear, with a team that plays to win.
At Dow, we believe performance starts long before the whistle blows. It begins in the lab, where science meets sport. From apparel to playing surfaces to gear, we create cutting-edge materials that help drive high performance from lab to stadium. Because in sports, just like in science, every second counts, and every material matters. Dow, at the intersection of sport and science. Learn more at dow.com/sports.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Back inside Erie Insurance Arena. 34 seconds on the Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill here for the Spirit to start out period 2. They lead it 2-0. Otters control off the center ice faceoff. It's Graydon Jones in the Spirit penalty box on a holding call. Otters move things right to left here to start the period, and a Callum Hughes shot ramps up off the defending stick of Xander Valeris and into the netting. Valeris tied up now with an Otter after the fact. Skating in OHL game number 101 is Valeris. He's out on this PK with Carson Harmer, Jacob Klutze, and alternate captain Josh Glavin. We made mention of the faceoffs, 13-11 in favor of Saginaw in that first period. And the turnaround for Harmer was a tough night last night, 3 out of 18 in that game against Kitchener. A big rebound, 5 of 7 here after 20 minutes of play. And again, in the absence of Sebastian Gervais, who was traded to the North Bay Battalion, Harmer on the season at 52.3%. He's Saginaw's best man. The Otters win this one. Back up at the left point, Julius Sari Down to the goal line. The bumper to the middle left pad save made by Shurigan. On the opportunity in the left circle, Jake Murray. Saginaw clears. Otters regroup at their blue line. Some fresh penalty killers come on here for the Spirit. Down the left side, Julius Sari. 2 seconds in one. Penalty time expires. Centering feed. Right circle shot goes off the goalpost. Loose back in behind Shurigan. He's able to find it. Some more chaos in and around. And a goalpost at both ends for the Spirit netminder here in this game. Really good opportunity. Right as the power play expires, Julius Sari able to find one of the Otters in the right wing circle. Tough to get a look at exactly who it was. It was a left shot from the right circle that gets up over the left shoulder of Stepan Shurigan. Off the iron, and his defenseman race in to help make sure he can cover it. Defensive zone faceoff won by Saginaw's Barabanov. 45 seconds gone in the second period. It stays. A 2-0 Spirit lead is Zhilkin into the offensive end. Top of the circle. Drops back. Open net. They score. Nikita Klepov. A great feed from Zhilkin. Klepov makes no mistake. 52 seconds into the second period. Nikita Klepov makes it 3-0 Saginaw. And it was a net that you don't expect to be that wide open. 3 unanswered goals here for the Spirit. Klepov, a goal and an assist last night against the Kitchener Rangers. An assist already in this game. And now his 25th goal of the season from Dima Zhilkin. All eyes are on 71. The opening up, the cutback, as Zhilkin moves from his right to his left, he passes back to his right. Klepov right into the open net from the bottom of the circle, and it's 3-0. Back at center ice after the faceoff. This puck picked up now by Levi Harper and tossed over to James Go. Zhilkin just over the offensive blue line. His scoring streak continues now. 10 points in his last 6 games for Saginaw's captain. And the Otters are offside here. Igor Barabanov was going to be the talk of the early going of this period. 2 assists in this game on each of the first 2 Spirit goals. We'll see if he picks up a helper on this third marker here. Right now, they've got the only assist to Dima Zhilkin. But Barabanov now his 15th multi-point game here in OHL game number 43. Back around to the near side. The Otters turn it back in front. Here's a chance all alone, and a great save by Stepan Shurigan on that centering feed. Gowan was right on the doorstep. Now a turning shot again, deflected wide and out the other direction. Ryan Hanrahan gets it out to center ice. Bunted down by Jackson Schouten. This is fired back in by Julius Sari. Deflected in. Shurigan, a little bumble with that puck. He just tosses it to the far wall. Schouten gets right through one of the Spirit players, tossed towards the net. Schouten's got it again. Up to the right point. Held by Blake Gowan. Chased back to center ice by Ryan Hanrahan. Out to center ice again. On the regroup. And the Otters come back in 3 strong. Back behind the net of Shurigan. Backhanded along by Blake Barnes. And a bouncing puck picked up at the red line by Jensen Geldart. Down the left wing is a right shot. Dropping it back. Looking there for Ryan Hanrahan. Could not pick up that puck. Otters will see Schouten back up trying to spring the man. Here's an opportunity right towards the net. Poked away by Josh Glavin off the stick of Caden Edwards. Now at the right point. Another shot kicked out by Shurigan. One of Saginaw's defensemen put down in his blue crease, but popping right back up. It was Xander Valeris after a collision in front with Schouten. Valeris, a big-time check for Caden Edwards on the far wall. Edwards goes flying. He goes back to the Otter bench now. And this is Josh Glavin to lead the Spirit charge in. Uri Rouser on the drop pass. A shot snapped wide from 40 feet. This one up high from Harmer. Now to Sawyer Schmidt between the dots. Stumbling. Loose puck in front. Harmer can't untangle. So the Otters lay it off the glass and back into the Spirit bench as Xander Valeris got that last touch on it. 17:03 to go in the second period. 3-0 Spirit. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW. Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Nikita Klepov becomes the 5th man in the OHL this year to hit 25 goals on the season. 5th most in the league here in his rookie season and his NHL draft year as well. He's got Saginaw up 3-0 as they regroup in the neutral zone. And they turn it back in behind the Otter netminder, Noah Tegelar. Pass up the near side is cut off by Harmer. Looking for Rauja. Harmer again, back up to the right point. James Go, who opened the scoring. Now back for Carson Harmer. Across the top of the Otter zone. Drops it off on the exchange with Harper. The shot. Great save with the stick of Tegelar. And it knocked it out of his hand. He gets it back here. The puck on the near boards. As the goaltender reclaims control of his instrument. This is Tristan Trevino to settle things down and slow the pace of this hockey game. Back in behind the Otter net. Sawyer Schmidt goes back to the Spirit bench while the Otters hold in behind their goal line. Pass up the near boards, looking for Case Kamzik. Can't find him. Harper there to steal. Delayed offsides here against Erie. So that allows James Go the time to settle things down and throw a stretch pass. Too far for Dimas Jilkin. Can't handle it. They'll blow the icing down. Jilkin appeared to have the shoulder there on Nick Frasca. Not the case, however. Down for an icing call. And an offensive zone try now for these Erie Otters. Evan Hedrick to take the draw. Former first-round pick of the Kitchener Rangers in 2024. He scored last night for the Otters against Windsor. Bouncing puck at neutral ice. Dimas Jilkin turned back in. Tegelar drops it off for D'Alessio. Speed back up through center. Cuts back on Jilkin. Moves at the plot. Looking to find Cal Hughes. Shouldered aside by the defenseman for Saginaw, Blake Barnes. Pursued back up the boards. And now Lucas Ambrosio at the left point sends it back underneath the goal line. Onto the far wall. Dimas Jilkin got there first. Bouncing puck. Makes its way out to neutral ice again. Otters recover. Turn it off the near wall. Plot throws it back in. Step on Shurigan. Drops it off. Little miscommunication there between he and James Go. But Shurigan pokes it away from Evan Hedrick at the last second. But Hedrick's got it back now. Into the right circle. Hedrick down below the goal line they go. Into some skates. Plot going to beat Blake Barnes to this puck on the near side. 5 minutes gone in the second period. Centering feed goes off the outside of the net. Now Klepov out of danger. Tries to find Barabanov off the wall. Now he's in a foot race there with D'Alessio. All the way back now in the Otters end. Barabanov catches up to it. Back to the top of the zone. Near side Jones off the wall. Shot towards the net deflected. Kluche's on the loose puck. Now up high, just inside the blue line. Kluche hangs on, throws it through the circle. The shot off the goalpost. That one coming from Drew Roscoe. Up the near side wall. Otters pin it into the corner. Sent back around. Hedrick there against Kluche. Now left point, Barabanov looking towards the middle. Here's Roscoe again. Down into the right wing corner. Back up high. Barabanov takes a shot. Deflected. Save made by Tegelar. Otters take care of the rebound back at center. This is Hedrick. Now for Kuzma and Michael Deck. Cuts inside the Spirit blue line. Gets through Graydon Jones. Erie's leading scorer, Michael Deck. That'll be taken away and handled by Brody Popoy with some help from Graydon Jones. As Popoy catches up to things in the Erie end. Turn right back over. McLean Agret here for the Otters. Cutting towards the middle. Deck stretches at the blue line. Gets a drop pass. Spins it over. Right circle shot. A pad save made by Shurigan. Agret can't get it away from Saginaw's Xander Valeris. Now this is Drew Roscoe. The outlet pass for Xander Valeris. Then snapped cross ice off some bodies. Settled down here by Kluche. End of a long shift. Popoy back in front. Harmer can't settle it down. Pops high up into the air. Xander Valeris takes a bump. Moves the puck. Harmer lets it go. Picked up on the far boards by Bodie Stewart. Moved just up to the top of the blue line. Point shot by Stewart. Ricochets wide. Off the boards. Josh Glavin again. Back in behind the Otter goal line. Stops up. Turns around. Moves back up the far wall. Glavin at the point now. Lays it back too far for Carson Harmer. Bodie Stewart taken into the boards there by Julius Sari. Back up the wall again. Harmer to rim it around. Ryan Hanrahan's got to scurry over to the boards. But it comes back out. And all the way down behind Stepan Shurigan. 7 minutes gone here in the second period. It stays a 3-0 Spirit lead. Hanrahan off a skate on its way through the neutral zone. Nick Frasca back over up the right side and long shoot back in. Goes into the glass. Delayed offside here on the part of the Otters as Jensen Geldart now run into by Jackson Schouten. Just inside the Spirit blue line. Bodie Stewart tries to pull things back. Gotten back out to center. Otters see Caden Edwards in. Bouncing puck. Spirit surround him. Schouten from the right corner. Braces for contact against Glavin. And step on Shurigan's net comes off after a collision right on the Spirit doorstep. 12:28 left in the second period. Nikita Klepov, 25th of the season, makes it 3-0 Saginaw. We're back to Erie in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You really do get it all at Garber Midland. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see how you can get it all at Garber Midland at the corner of Saginaw and Eastman. See all our inventory online at garbermidland.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Hi, this is James Go, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
Back inside Erie Insurance Arena, Nikita Klepov from Dimas Yilkin. A very familiar outcome on the score sheet. That's what's got the Spirit to a 3-0 lead right now. And it has been all Saginaw's first line in this hockey game. No surprise. As Dimas Yilkin, 39 points in 33 games coming into the contest. He's got 2 points tonight. Klepov, 52 points in 41 to start the night. Barabanov, 50 in 42. Barabanov and Klepov take turns leading the team in scoring this season. As now Bodie Stewart one-hands this puck into the offensive zone. They look to continue to pepper Noah Tegelar, the Otter goaltender, here in the second period that's nearly halfway over. Left wing corner, 2 against 2, back behind Tegelar. Puck comes free, chased down and reversed while taking a hit is Nick Frasca. Up the near side, Frasca has to pull it out of his skates and turn it up the wall there. Looking for Jackson Shout, one of the overagers, a free agent signing of the Erie Otters not so very long ago. 6'7", 216, out of the Rochester Junior Americans in the NAHL. This will be picked up back in behind the Spirit net on a long dump in. The role of the enforcer, not quite as prevalent as it was in the Ontario Hockey League, that's to say the least, but that's the role that Schouten provides. As Harper throws this cross ice for James Go out of the Spirit end. Intercepted by Case Kamzik. Down the right wing, delayed offside again. Otters can't play it. This is Levi Harper. Back for Sawyer Schmidt. Bouncing puck is in. Jensen Geldart can't enter the zone with control. Go to his defensive partner, Harper, then back up. This is Uri Rauja. Dropped at the line. Carson Harmer off the boards. Levi Harper, right wing face-off circle, turns it back around. Held by Sawyer Schmidt. Cross ice feed, kept alive. Jones, return pass, near side. Harper shot deflects to the corner. Chopped off the stick of Carson Harmer. Otters take over, but it's stolen again by Uri Rauja. He's put into the boards by Lucas Ambrosio. Now Jake Murray sends things back in for Erie. Spirit will steal again. Carson Harmer up the wall, left behind by Graydon Jones. Battles for it, gets it away from Murray. Harmer now up the near sidewall. Spirit are owning the possession along the board so far in this most recent shift. Now Schmidt out of the corner. His shot, while falling, goes wide. Drew Roscoe to chase things down in the neutral zone here for the Spirit. Carson Harmer back up to Graydon Jones. Taken into the boards by Ambrosio. Dump the puck back in. Noah Tegelar turns it back up here for Case Kamzik. Up at center ice. A couple of players come together. Roscoe and Hedrick get tied up. Delayed penalty coming against Saginaw. It's delayed no more. And an interference call coming up to Drew Roscoe. 10:03 left in this second period. Roscoe and Hedrick, perhaps a case of accidentally on purpose, wrong place, wrong time for Roscoe, whatever you want to call it. Had a really good opportunity, shot off the goalpost earlier in this hockey game. Drew Roscoe playing in his 5th OHL game. He'll sit for 2. Saginaw Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill. They killed off their first Otter chance, and now some players spill into the left wing corner of the Spirit end off the draw. And Otter slid in head first. They are all back up. Puck reversed to the far corner. This is Andrew Kuzma up at the right point. Michael D'Alessio. Kuzma, far wall now to the near side. Michael Deck steps in, changes the angle, and a chest save for Stepan Shurigan to hang on. Stepan Shurigan, 15 saves so far in this game. Playing back-to-back here. And again, the Spirit have seen him 37 times out of the 43 games they've played now. Shurigan approaching the 44-game high water mark as far as appearances go. That's how much he played in MHK Mullet Perm over in the Russian Junior League, the MHL, last year. This is turned back in by Nikita Klepov. Saginaw's got 1:20 seconds left on their second Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill. Drew Roscoe in the box on an interference route. Erie breaks things out. Kuzma up the near side. Moves past Valeris. There for Tyler Cooper. Cross-ice feed does not connect, and the Otters will inadvertently put that into their own bench. Michael Deck has a bit of extra words for Dima Zhilkin on a hit at the whistle. 9:07 left in the second. Otters already down one player to suspension in this game. Ritter Coombs, their leading penalty minute guy, 54 penalty minutes on the season, picked up a 2-game suspension last night against the Windsor Spitfires for abusive official after he was not a fan of some of the antics of Windsor's Jack Nesbitt at the end of the game. Got under Ritter Coombs' skin. And again, for the Otters, an emotional game last night, down 3-0 for the majority of the contest. They come back and make it a 1-goal game late. This puck tips off the glass right off the face-off, so it's almost like it didn't happen. It'll just shave a couple of seconds off the clock now. 9:01 left in the second period. 3-0 lead here for the Spirit. 58 seconds left on their second Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill tonight. And the Otters, 11 shorthanded goals surrendered here on the season. Saginaw surrendered one for the first time in a while last night against Kitchener. Barabanov clears this puck back out at center. One final opportunity here for the Otters on this power play. It's Tristan Trevino to move for Julius Sari. Up the right side. Sari finding Jake Murray, turned around, glove down now by Bodie Stewart. Back in behind the Saginaw net. Graydon Jones rolling puck, followed on by James Go. And the help now coming from Igor Barabanov. Taken away here by Jake Murray. Kept alive. Otters down the boards. Evan Hedrick into the corner. Button hooks back, stops away from James Go. Now this is Jake Murray again. Hedrick in the corner. Back up to the left point. Julius Sari over to his defensive partner. 5 seconds left on the power play. Tip shot stopped by Shurigan. The rebound is loose in the crease. Kept out by a defender. And underneath the bodies, it's blown dead. 8:04 left in the second. Somehow Shurigan, James Go, and Bodie Stewart all teamed up. Put their limbs together to keep that puck out. Graydon Jones may have made a stop as well. Under he and Stepan Shurigan's legs. That was a fantastic exchange. Shurigan, 2 saves. The first one on the deflection, gets over to stop the rebound as well, and Jones helps him take care of the rebound. Off the secondary opportunity. An Ambrosio shot right off the draw. Blocked on its way through. Roscoe's out of the box. Spirit have killed it off again. Otters 0 for 2 in the power play in this game. Jacob Kluche. Backhanded out to center. This is Drew Roscoe down the right side, wristing it back in. Blake Gowan out of the corner boards. This is picked up, centering feed. Here's a chance for Popoy. That got blocked on its way through. Ambrosio got a leg on it. Now this back the other direction here for the Otters. It's Plante trying to drive Watt. He's taken into the boards. A heavy check from Josh Glavin. Stays in between Luke Plante and the puck. Now it creeps down the far boards and kicked along here by Brody Popoy. Blake Barnes run off that puck by Jackson Shout. Otters force a turnover. Plante right in front. The shot off the post again from Caden Edwards in between the face-off circles. Another chance and another save by Shurigan, who hangs on. Josh Glavin and Jackson Shout tied up back and behind the Spirit net. Another series of fortunate bounces and great saves for the Spirit. Chance off the goalpost, and Shouten's got some words for Stepan Shurigan. Again, Shouten out of Webster, New York. Shurigan out of Samara, Russia. I don't believe a common language between the two of them. 7:10 left in this second period, and another close call. Shurigan gets a piece. The goalpost gets the rest. And fresh bodies for both hockey clubs here. Ryan Hanrahan to take the draw on the left wing circle. To the left of Stepan Shurigan. Michael D'Alessio holds off the draw. His shot blocked by Jensen Geldart. Alessio gets it back, turns down the right side, put it right along the goal line. His shot deflected by Shurigan off the outside of the net. Otters back after it. Kuzma hit by Levi Harper. Jensen Geldart comes over. Some rookie help. Michael Deck puts Geldart into the wall. Geldart rips it along. This is picked up by James Go. Broken up on the outlet pass and twisted right back below the goal line. Otters have it. Swept in front. Off a body again. Just turned out by Shurigan from the goal line. This one put back up high. Now to the right wing circle. Otters trying to turn another shot towards the net. That one goes off the end boards. Chase down in the corner here. Frasca turns it along. From the right circle. Another shot ripped high and wide. All the way around it comes for Frasca again. Just inside the line. D'Alessio's shot punched aside by Shurigan. Kuzma trying to put it back up. And this comes back out to center ice. It'll be chased down by Nick Frasca. Back onto the near side. D'Alessio off the wall. Back in the Otters' end. Saginaw running out of luck here. They've used quite a bit in this game. 6 minutes left in the second. They protect the 3-0 lead. Pass right towards the middle. Off of a Otters skate. Moved out by Saginaw's James Go. Frasca back in the Erie zone. Drops back in behind Tegelar. That allows the Spirit to finish their line change. Shots in this second period beginning to swing the other direction. 11-3 in favor of the Otters. Now this is Barabanov out of his own defensive end. Top line is on. They look to surge the other way. Dimas Yilkin laid it into a space for Klepov down the left side and offside. As that was off the stick of Tristan Trevino. 5:26 to go here in the second. 3-0 Spirit. Otters are surging. We're back to Erie in a moment here on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
5:26 left in the second period here from Erie Insurance Arena. 3-0. Saginaw has the lead on a goal from Nikita Klepov. 52 seconds into the second period. Dimas Yilkin, the only assist on it. It's been the top line here for Saginaw providing the offense. Barabanov, 2 assists. Zilkin, 2 assists. Klepov, goal, and an assist. And they will start here in the neutral zone against Evan Hedrick, who wins the faceoff back here for Erie. Up the near side, Callum Hughes is hit by Valeris. Puck moves back into the Otters' end. In a board battle. Sees this one pulled back by Hughes, but Klepov going to steal it from him and just one-handed in between the faceoff dots. Otters go up the far side and back into the Spirit end. This is Barabanov. Deep in Saginaw real estate with Hedrick forechecking. Barabanov turns over his shoulder, gives it there to Klepov. Now Xander Valeris up the near wing. Tossed it back off the wall and in behind Tegelar. Trevino now in the corner boards for the Otters. Gets a pass back from Callum Hughes. Up the far wall. This one's backhanded out to center by Luke Plante. One of several free agent signings here by the Otters this season. Xander Valeris trying to send a cross-ice pass. It's just deflected off the Spirit boards in front of their bench. Now a long shoot-in from Valeris is off the blocker of Tegelar and into the netting. 4.5 left here in the second period. Talked again about the faceoffs on a number of occasions here in this game. Saginaw 20-12 here in this contest. Harmer, Barabanov hovering just around 50%, 6 for 11, 5 for 10. Dimas Yilkin at 4 for 6. Jensen Geldart, 4 for 4. After, again, a young night to forget 2 of 13 last night from the faceoff circle. So, again, it helps when you're not going against Sam O'Reilly every other shift. Jake Kluche off the faceoff. A shot by Drew Roscoe from the right circle deflects wide as the Spirit look to turn the shot tide a little bit more in their favor. Harmer for Kluche. Right wing circle. That one turned out by Tegelar with the pads. Up the near boards. Roscoe into the corner. Moved off this puck. Otters take over. It's Caden Edwards. Now back out at center ice. Lucas Ambrosio trying to get around Carson Harmer. Graydon Jones chased down in behind the Spirit net. Hit by Ulysses Lombardi. Up the far wall. Otters again. The long shovel towards the Spirit goal. And it's a glove save made by Stepan Shurigan. Brings up a face-off. 3:59 left in this period. 6 starts out of the last 7 games for Stepan Shurigan. Again, 18 saves on 24 shots last night in Kitchener. Kept them in it for as long as possible. Helped them steal a win the game before that. 38 saves on 40 shots and a 3-2 overtime win over the Windsor Spitfires. It's been a lot of Windsor for both of these two teams. Again, the Otters in the middle of a 6-game losing streak. 3 of those, just in that 6-game span, have come at the hands of the Windsor Spitfires. And so we'll have to redrop this puck coming out of the Spirit end. Otters just 2 wins in their last 10 hockey games. And again, with the selling off of some pretty key pieces, it's a reset time, really, for both these two hockey clubs. And the neutral zone faceoff is helped back by Saginaw's Carson Harmer. Drew Roscoe. We've seen a lot of 11 in white here in this game. Puck sent back into the Otters' end as Ambrosio tries to close off Jacob Kluche. After it in the near corner. Kept alive. Roscoe with the point. Slid back over. Graydon Jones. Down the left wing corner boards. Jones is taking a rough ride here in this game on the receiving end of another hit. Now the Otters put it back in front. Couldn't be stolen by Kluche. Stretch pass. Gets back in behind Harmer. Here's an opportunity in towards the net. Lombardi gets hooked by Harmer. Save made by Shurigan. Delayed call. Lombardi takes a shot. Stopped by Shurigan. And a couple of more jams after the fact. Jackson Shout trying to tomahawk Shurigan to get that puck loose. Spirit netminder's able to hang on. And a little bit of retaliation from Saginaw afterwards against Shout. 3:17 here in the second period. Carson Harmer will be guilty of hooking, or slashing, rather. So 3 straight minor penalties taken here by the Spirit in the last 2 periods. They have blanked the Otter power play so far at 0 for 2. But Erie surging here in this second period. Kuzma off the draw. Back up to DeLessio. Now Michael Deck up the near side. Bouncer towards the middle. Handled here by McLean Agret, and the Spirit will pull it right back off his stick to clear. Tagalar. There for DeLessio. Klepov, Zhilkin, Valeris, and Glavin, the penalty killers for Chris Lazary. Michael Deck up the near side. Put towards the middle as Evan Hedrick is closed off heavily by Xander Valeris. All the way back out to center ice it goes. Already 25 seconds gone on this power play here. Saginaw's third Stormmaster exteriors penalty kill in the game. DeLessio pulls back up at center. Down the right wing. Kuzma stops up against Xander Valeris. Now a pass high in the zone. Near side Deck back to the seam. The opportunity. The shot stopped by Shurigan off the stick of Hedrick. It'll be cleared. All the way down. Tagalar. Drop things off back behind the Otter cage again, halfway through the power play. Carson Harmer in the penalty box for slashing. Michael Deck can't get through Barabanov. DeLessio weaves over at the line. It's cut off by Bodie Stewart. The Otters get it back. DeLessio throws it off a body. Kuzma in front. His backhand shot was stopped by Shurigan. He wanted to keep it moving. Put the glove on top of it for a split second to slide that puck, but the officials anticipating a cover. We're quick to give him that whistle. Stepan Shurigan, as the Spirit faithful are aware, no stranger, not one to shy away from playing the hockey puck. One of the more apt puck-playing goaltenders that the Spirit have had in recent memory. They helped to spur the overtime victory against the Windsor Spitfires in Saginaw's most recent home game. Trying to do the same thing and get things moving the other direction. 40 seconds left on the Otter power play. Julius Sari. Center point now. Trevino. The captain sends it towards the net. A stick save made by Shurigan on a harmless shot. Rebound cleared back out. Sari gets it back down low. Off the boards, Hedrick. Here for Sari. Left point, swung over. Trevino, point shot. Pad save made by Shurigan. Hedrick, fan of the rebound. Sari. Back over. Trevino. Down into the corner. This is worked back up by Callum Hughes. Up to Trevino. Point shot blocker saved by Shurigan. Rebound chance. That one turned out by the Spirit netminder as well. Up at the left point, Julius Sari shot snared by Shurigan. He's going to glove it down and play it and shovel it out of the box. It gets out through the zone. Now a 2-on-1. Harmer's out of the box with Barabanov. Down the right wing. Harmer. Barabanov shot. Oh, what a save. A blocker stopped by Tegelar. Absolutely robs Igor Barabanov. What a sequence by both goaltenders. 1:06 left in the second period. Shurigan slams the puck down on the ice, plays it out to center, past the Otter defenseman. Harmer out of the box. It turns into a 2-on-1. Perfectly played by Harmer. And Igor Barabanov's shot results in a fantastic blocker save from Tegelar. Offensive zone draw, one back. Rouse with a shot. That one comes off heavily off the boards on a rebound chance. That went wide. Otters back up through center ice here. Final minute of the second period. Turn towards the Spirit net. That's a stick save from Stepan Shurigan. Ambrosio back down. Bouncing puck kicked down by Levi Harper. Up off the glass. Out to center. 2-on-1. Rauja back with Hanrahan. Near side. Hanrahan rolls off the heel of his stick. Back to the right wing. Cross ice. Levi Harper. Off the boards here. 38 to go. Harper gets rolled over. Jensen Geldart taken down at the blue line. Otters will poke it free. This is Luke Plant down the right wing. 30 seconds left in the period. Plant towards the middle. Knocked down by Levi Harper. Well, down, or it was over the head of Ryan Hanrahan. Frasca back in his own defensive end. Give and go here with 15 left in the period. Caden Edwards on the cross corner dump in. Takes a lively bounce off the wall. The shot, they score! Oh, fortunate bounce for Michael Deck. Turning puck off the boards. That's the longest rebound you're going to see from the corner. 10.1 left in the second period, and Erie is off the board, or on the board at 3-1. That was an interesting bounce on the flip back in. It rolls off the glass, digs into the ice while spinning. That looks like a tennis ball as it bounces from the glass to the circle. Right back in front, Michael Deck. Good stick lift there on Levi Harper. He and Stepan Shurigan, what are you to do about that? Otters control off the faceoff at center. They have work to get back in this game. 2 seconds left, and a shot by Deck goes wide. That's it for the second. Xander Valeris and Michael Deck, a little flyby against one another. Everybody pairs off here. Stepan Shurigan goes back down the tunnel. The 5 skaters on each side will get as much pushing and shoving as they can here at the end of the second period. But it's not a 3-0 lead for Saginaw. Back into the dressing room. Oh, no. They were outshot 22-5 in that second period. Erie, 32-18 in the game. But a goal aside, Klepov and Michael Deck in that frame, a 3-1 lead. Saginaw going into the third period. We'll be back. Second intermission report coming up in a moment here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hour.
You're looking for a better price on a better car, so dare to be different. Get to Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw, the only Hyundai dealer in the Great Lakes Bay region. See why Hyundai is so much better. Garber's certified factory-trained technicians, knowledgeable parts staff, and dedicated sales team will keep you coming back to Garber Hyundai. You really do get it all at Garber. Dare to be different. Choose better at Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw. Online, garberhyundai.com.
When you're ready for checking that earns interest and gives you perks, Merc Perks Plus from Mercantile Bank is here. With a competitive interest rate and perks like travel services, cashback rewards, and identity protection, Merc Perks Plus has everything you need for your busy lifestyle. Merc Perks Plus also offers discounts on consumer loans and access to almost 40,000 fee-free MoneyPass ATMs. So when you're ready for perks, Merc is here. Learn more at mercbank.com/mercperksplus. Member FDIC.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today. The disability experts in your community.
When you're shopping for insurance, You might say,
What? Huh? I'm so over this.
but what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Kathy Tapple to create your personal price plan today.
It's time for your intermission report. In the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, here is Jonathan Dent.
Well, it's Erie's turn to come back into things a little bit here in the second period. Saginaw extends their lead, but then it's all Otters from there. Let's take a look back at that second period, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. It was 2-0 Spirit heading into the second here. An Erie power play with 34 seconds to start things off. Graydon Jones in the box. Saginaw sees that time off with little help from their goalpost towards the end of it. Then, still less than a minute into the period, Dima Zhilkin leads his own entry. He gets the Otters moving around in their own end, and a pass to Klepov in the right circle for the one-timer. His 25th goal of the season makes it 3-0.
Zhilkin into the offensive end, top of the circle, drops back, open net, they score! Nikita Klepov, a great feed from Zhilkin. Klepov makes no mistake.
The physical play starts to pick up a little bit amid some back and forth. A couple hits by Erie. Saginaw responds. Despite that, it remains a lower shooting few minutes. Both teams really struggling to get any good time in offensively. Saginaw gets a little bit more of it, but the Otters go to the power play 10 minutes in with Drew Roscoe sitting for interference. The Spirit do a nice job of limiting chances. Shurigan stops Evan Hedrick right off of his right post, then gets to the left side to shut down Luke Plant with some help from his defenseman, killing off that penalty.
Julius Sari over to his defensive partner. 5 seconds left on the power play. Tip shot stopped by Shurigan. The rebound is loose in the crease, kept out by a defender, and underneath the bodies, it's blown dead.
That was a little bit of a turning point here in this second one as Erie stayed in the driver's seat. Some good chances, mostly from range. Not any too dangerous follow-ups for several minutes, but their best looks came off a breakaway from Ulysses Lombardi. Shurigan makes the stop right on his doorstep, and the rebound attempts as well.
Now the Otters put it back in front. Could be stolen by Klutze. Stretch pass. Gets back in behind Harmer. Here's an opportunity in towards the net. Lombardi gets hooked by Harmer. Save made by Shurigan. Delayed call. Lombardi takes a shot. Stopped by Shurigan. And a couple of more jams after the fact.
Yeah, it's a slashing penalty to Carson Harmer, 16 minutes, 43 seconds in. He tries to break up that play. Erie goes to power play number 3. Shurigan is able to keep them out with some great saves, and right as time expires, he makes another nice glove stop, and he springs Harmer out of the box. Barabanov the other way as well. He's stopped by Noah Tegelar.
Up to Trevino. Point shot blocker saved by Shurigan. Rebound chance. That one turned out by the Spirit netminder as well. Up at the left point, Julius. Sorry shot snared by Shurigan. He's going to glove it down and play it and shovel it out of the box. It gets out through the zone. Now a 2-on-1. Harmer's out of the box with Barabanov. Down the right wing, Harmer, Barabanov shot. Oh, what a save! A blocker stopped by Tegelar. Absolutely robs Igor Barabanov.
With less than 30 seconds remaining, Michael Deck chases down a puck into the Spirit end that bounces off the boards, and he puts it past the blocker of Shurigan to put Erie on the board, 3-1.
Give and go here with 15 left in the period. Caden Edwards on the cross-corner dump in. Takes a lively bounce off the wall. The shot, they score! Oh, fortunate bounce for Michael Deck. Turning puck off the boards.
Caden Edwards and Nick Frasca the assist on that one, 19 minutes, 49 seconds in the period. Shots on goal in the second, heavily favoring the Erie Otters, 22-5 from Saginaw. That was in the first period. Nikita Klepov starts the scoring in the second period, assisted by Dima Zhilkin, the lone assist on that one, less than a minute in. And Michael Deck, with less than a minute remaining, assisted by Edwards and Frasca, has it at that 3-1 score. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Dylan enters the conversation. We'll break down that second period a little bit more for you right here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Your active life depends on healthy muscles, bones, and joints. When pain arises, My Michigan Health is your go-to place. Our comprehensive musculoskeletal team offers the latest in surgical and non-surgical treatments and includes experts in specialized orthopedics and sports medicine. Whether your pain originates from your knee, hip, hand, elbow, shoulder, ankle, or foot, our experts can help. With more than 50 providers across 21 locations in central and northern Michigan, we're dedicated to keeping you active. Learn more at mymichigan.org/MSK.
As a business, a roof over your head is just as important as the products you create. At Versatile Flat Roofing, our membrane roofs have provided safety and security to businesses in the Great Lakes Bay region for over 10 years. Our quality of production in low-sloped flat roofing systems made Versatile Flat Roofing the 2024 Michigan Elite Contractor of the Year. With more than 1,500 roofs installed and 75% of clients coming from repeats and referrals, customer satisfaction is at the heart of the job. For more information on keeping the roof over your head safe and secure, visit VersatileFlatRoofing.com today. That's VersatileFlatRoofing.com.
Garber Ford is proud to serve Bay City with the same customer service the Great Lakes Bay region has come to expect since 1907. Our Ford team of experts you know and trust are dedicated to making your experience even better. And your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at Garber Ford. Come see us in Bay City at the intersection of Euclid, Wilder, and Better. Online at GarberFordBayCity.com.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say,
"What? Huh?" I'm so over this.
but what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Chris Barrios to create your personal price plan today.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Welcome back. Jonathan Dent here in the studio. 3-1 the Spirit lead it as we bring in from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth, Dylan Clark. Dylan, a much different period we see here from the Saginaw Spirit as they enter it 2-0, leave it 3-1. Let's start kind of at the beginning. A goal less than a minute in once again. And like we said after the first period or during the first intermission, it comes off of that offensive zone movement. Some good movement by Dima Zhilkin opens up Nikita Klepov for his 25th of the season.
Yeah, it looked like they picked up kind of right where they left off, and it looked like they were maybe going to run away with things. I think the problem, though, stems from that as well. That they may have believed that they were going to run away with things as well. That has not happened. That has not been the case. They were outshot 22-5 in that second period. The Erie Otters are saying, hey, we're not going away. We're not done here. We've still got 20 minutes of play left at least. But on that goal, to your point, yes, it was the same puck movement, the same things that made them successful in the first period were making them successful in the first minute of the second period. Zhilkin, I mean, his manipulation of defensemen, it's starting to take on a life of its own. I mean, we saw Michael Misa, yes, but we saw Zane Perek do that a lot. His deception and his ability to kind of be the puppet master in the offensive zone,
especially on the power play.
Yes, was what set him apart from pretty much every other player in the Ontario Hockey League for especially the last 2 years. We were seeing a little bit more of that from Dima Zhilkin. And again, that's what's going to turn him into a first-round NHL pick. The little hesitation, step back, and then the pass back the other direction to find Klepov. I mean, that he knew Klepov was there. There wasn't a passing lane to him, so Zhilkin said, okay, I'm going to make one. And he did. And the Spirit are up 3-0. So they need more of that as this game goes along. It's the offensive toolbox of Dima Zhilkin and Klepov, of course. And again, it's kind of a note to say, get back to the things that made you successful early in the second period.
Well, really, before they can do that, they've got to get into the offensive end. Just kind of looking at when they only got 5 shots, 4 of those came in the first 6 minutes of the period. That's when they had that offensive zone time. After that, Erie kind of takes over, a little bit of a battle in the neutral zone and along the boards. But then that power play really turns things at the midway point of regulation here for the Otters.
It does, and the Spirit have been really dominant along the wall in that first period, and again for the early part of the second as well. The battle started going the other way, and again maybe a little bit of wake up time for the Otters was needed. They're not playing like a team that's last in the Western Conference. They're playing like a team that knows how to work themselves out of a jam. Now, they needed a little bit of luck to get there, but you don't get luck without working hard, or luck doesn't really matter if you're not working hard. Michael Deck plays that bounce off the wall perfectly, and the Otters have been rewarded for a lot of good chances. Again, they've had 3 goalposts in this game as well. Let's not forget that either. So their work has brought them back within 2 goals, very much in this hockey game. And you better believe they're going to come out strong to start the third.
Just a mention on the shot count there. Saginaw really having a hard time breaking into the offensive end. That's been something that hasn't really been an issue recently, but we look back towards the beginning of the season, and it's something that we were talking about a lot, those transitions, those zone entries. What's it going to take to clean that up? Are the passes still as crisp as when we were talking at the end of the first?
I don't think quite at the same level. There's something that's not quite on that. Not everybody's on that same exact page. Everybody was on the same exact word of the same exact page. That's how crisp and succinct the passing was in that first period. It's not quite at that same level. So, again, that's the Otters taking away some options, maybe playing guys a little bit more closely than they had in the first period. But at the same time, Saginaw's got to dial things in just a little bit more. That was a hallmark of this hockey team for the last couple of years, was 2 passes and they're in the offensive zone, and then you're in a world of hurt. That was the first period, not so much the second. It needs to be the case in the third.
We'd be remiss if we didn't mention Stepan Shurigan. He faced 22 shots in the middle frame here, stands tall, 1 ekes through at the end of the period. What more can we say about him that we haven't already?
Just shake it off and reset. He's I know he's been chasing down the shutout. Nikita Klepov made a joke about it at the OHL Top Prospects game. He said, my friend Stepan, hopefully he will get his shutout soon. He's been so close on a number of occasions, and he's really deserved one. And, he got a little bit of help from the goalpost earlier in this game. I made some fantastic stops as well, so maybe this would have been the night to get it. But a strange bounce off the corner boards. The hockey gods say, no, not yet, Stepan. But let's not make any mistakes here. He's been fantastic. He's Saginaw's best player in that second period. He's the best player on the ice in that second period by a long shot.
Best penalty killer, too, and you need your goaltender to do that. All right, Dylan, thank you for your time. We'll take a quick break. Out-of-town scores coming up next here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh & Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff. Taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear, with a team that plays to win.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly. Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Caravan Facilities Management also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Welcome back. Jonathan Dent here with your out-of-town scores presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. A lot of action in the Ontario Hockey League earlier on today. The London Knights take a 5-4 victory over the Owen Sound Attack. That game in Owen Sound. We're keeping an eye on the Attack as they sit currently in the Western Conference standings, only 3 points ahead of the Spirit, tied with the Guelph Storm in 6th and 7th places, respectively there. The Brampton Steelheads fall to the Windsor Spitfires 5-2. In Brantford, the Bulldogs come away with a 5-2 win over the Kingston Frontenacs. The Ottawa 67s in their interleague home with the Gatineau Olympics come away with a 5-3 win. They've taken both wins this weekend against the Olympics. Nick Whitehead with 2 goals on the evening, I'll say. It happened kind of in the afternoon. The Peterborough Petes right now heading into the third period with a 1-0 lead. That goal 46 seconds into the game in Peterborough, still holding strong. And the Oshawa Generals tie the game in the second period. It's a 2-2 game as they visit the Barrie Colts. We'll have updates on those games as we get through. But first, there's a third period to get through. Saginaw leading the Otters 3-1. Third period action coming up next on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Soak up the stillness of winter on glistening trails, or glide along an outdoor ice rink. Take charming carriage rides through snowy streets. Embrace the magic of the season and warm up with comfort food and handcrafted beverages. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Third period action here between the Saginaw Spirit and the Erie Otters. The Spirit up 3-1. They control off the center ice face-off as well. But the Otters will throw it back in. Michael D'Alessio off the right wing boards and into offensive territory, turning things back around. All the way at the hash marks here. It'll be taken away by James Go. Saginaw leading the counterattack up for Graydon Jones now. Back for Klepov. The late man into the right wing circle. Klepov darts back in front there. Barabanov slams it home. Klepov knifes his way through everybody to find Igor Barabanov on the near goal post. A goal at 4-on-4. Barabanov, his 18th of the season, makes it 4-1. 26 seconds into the third period. For Saginaw, that is a goal within the first minute of each of the three periods here in this game. I don't believe that's ever happened before. It can't be very common. As they make their way out of the defensive zone, Klepov shifts on through. He's got 3 points in this game. So does Barabanov with his 18th goal of the season, and it's 4-1 Saginaw. Xander Valeris and Michael Deck are the two guilty parties after that skirmish at the end of the second. They're in the penalty boxes right now. Xander Valeris' hockey club up 4-1. Now, Demas Jilkin getting a rough ride in front of the Otter net. Levi Harper just inside the offensive blue line. Drops a puck back. Carson Harmer, then for Jilkin again. Jilkin just inside the line, ran out of real estate, so he darts back into neutral ice. Away from Plant, shrugs him off. Jilkin comes right back up ice. near side. Brass and Barnes. Brass, the linesman, got tangled up with Blake Barnes. Now Carson Harmer back for Dimas Jilkin, right in between the dots. That shot snapped wide. Jilkin trying to take back over here in the third period. Otters will steal up at center ice. A minute, 20 seconds gone in this third period. 4-1. Thanks to the Igor Barabanov goal, Saginaw's got the lead. Otters up the near side. Plon. Cross-ice pass is pulled back in. Puck protected by Callum Hughes. Takes a shot from the left wing circle. That fought off by the catching glove of Shurigan. Back and behind his net it goes. A bouncing puck settled down by Nikita Klepov. Drops it back on now here for Levi Harper. Graydon Jones picks up the secondary assist on the Barabanov goal. And Igor Barabanov's on this puck now. Right up through center ice. Lots of space. Walks in. Shoots in that one over the shoulder. And over the net. Off the glass behind Tegelar. Otters back in behind. Michael Deck and Xander Valeris out of their respective penalty boxes. Deck stays on the ice. Valeris back over the Spirit bench. And this is brought back in. McLean Agrette in behind the Otter net. No hurry to move this puck. They try to slide it up. It was deflected on its way through. Klepov stole. It was stolen right back, though, by Michael Deck on the far wall. Nearly pulled aside again by Igor Barabanov. Otters get this out to center. And it'll be gloved down by Drew Roscoe. Back behind the net of Shurigan. Roscoe settles down for Josh Glavin. Klepov, Jen between his own legs. Barabanov trying to spring Dimas Jilkin. Rolls off his tape, so no icing. Jilkin closes off on a big hit on Nick Frasca. Now a bouncing puck in front. Klepov trying to paw it down. He goes into the wall with Frasca again. Jilkin sends it back up to the left point. Levi Harper again. Lays a puck down the wall. Jilkin back up high, throws it cross ice, deflected right in front of the Otter bench. Drew Roscoe gets a stick lift there on Michael Deck. Would have been offside. So Saginaw lets it go. Barabanov and company back to the bench. Otters back in. D'Alessio shovels it off the wall. Brody Papoy pulls it off his stick. That one tapped wide by Stepan Shurigan on a bouncing puck that the Otters hold in. Blocker save again by the Spirit netminder from long range. This one back in the right corner now. Pops off the stick of Levi Harper. Tyler Cooper on it there for Erie. This now down the right wing boards from Jake Murray. Carson Harmer can't keep it in front of him. Murray stolen off the skates of Harmer, shovels it ahead. It'll be handled here by Kluche and a partial breakaway. Two Otters chasing. Kluche scores! Jacob Kluche had one move. He pulled it to the forehand and used the option to go right between the legs of Noah Tegelar. 5-1 Saginaw. 16:15 left in the third period. That was all he could do. Hold it out on the backhand, bring it back to the forehand. There was not enough time or room to make another move as Ambrosio and Jake Murray were closing in. Jacob Kluche extends his scoring streak to 6 games now. 7 points in that span. His 11th goal of the season. And the Otters have called a timeout here. Noah Tegelar is back at the bench, taking a drink of water. Chris Millette telling his players to settle down here. 5-1 game in a season where things have gone sideways more often than not. 16:15 left in this third period as Evan Hedrick is just now rejoining the Erie bench after getting some additional attention back in the dressing room. Tegelar's going to stay in this game. 5 goals on 19 shots here for the Spirit. 4 goals on 17 shots last night against the Kitchener Rangers. Making the most of their opportunities. But it's 5-1 on the goal for Kluche. Good pal Carson Harmer extends his scoring streak down to 7 games as well with the assist. As Josh Glavin picks this puck up back in the Spirit and the Otters throw it in from the faceoff. Xander Valeris leads the charge in for Saginaw. Drops it at the line. This is Bodie Stewart. Hit by Jake Murray. Moves the puck while falling. Xander Valeris now back and behind the Otter net. Bouncing puck settled down. Needs some help from Jensen Geldart. Jake Murray is there. The puck in front now for Ryan Hanrahan. Hanrahan top of the zone. Throws a bouncing puck back for Josh Glavin. Back below the goal line here. It's chased down by Bodie Stewart. Far side boards. He's closed off. So this is Jake Murray on it here for the Otters. Stepped up on by Josh Glavin. Now back the other way. One-on-one. Kamzik shot. Blocked by Valeris. Rebound chance. Shut down by Shurigan on a broken play. Valeris is closed off on a hit afterwards. Otters keep it alive. Thrown back in front looking for Kamzik. Gets an extra Cross-check there from Valeris, and that'll be a penalty. Kamzik got a shot in on Bodie Stewart. Valeris came back with a cross-check of his own, and that's the one that was seen, so that's the one that'll be called. Got to be a little bit more restraint here. You understand the frustration. 15-22 here in the third. And you got to imagine, as the Spirit head to their fourth Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill here in this game, Valeris in the box on the cross-check. Got to imagine that if it's Bodie Stewart who comes up and gives a little retaliatory shove to Kamzik, the officials typically let that one go. You get one, I get one, okay. But Valeris steps in, and that's what they have an issue with. Otter power play goes back to work here. Trailing Saginaw 5-1. D'Alessio over to Michael Deck, then back to Michael D'Alessio. Into the right circle, Kuzma. High in the zone, then down to the goal line again. Kuzma finds McLean Egret. Up to the left point, Deck. Almost stolen by Zilkin. D'Alessio center point again. Deck back to D'Alessio. Back to the far side corner, then up high to Michael Deck. Good puck movement by the Otters here in this power play. Low to high again. Near side, one-timer. That one blocked on its way through by Roscoe. Kuzma had that one tattooed for the right corner. But Roscoe just got a stick in the way at the last second, and the Spirit can clear. 14.5 here in the period. 5-1 Spirit. 1:07 seconds on a cross-checking penalty to Xander Valeris, and the Otters hit the line 3 men strong. Back in, second power play unit. Murray dropped it off. Trevino rips that one through the seam, partially broken up. Evan Hedrick is back on the ice. Held at the point. Julius Sari. Trevino's shot tipped wide on its way through. Off the glass, stays alive. Back on the far wall. Otters, Murray will pull that away from James Go. Nikita Klepov trying to mine that puck free. He gets taken down from his skate to a stick. Then a falling James Go can't get the puck away. Cross-ice pass bounces down for Trevino, sent to the net off a Spirit body and pumped out of the zone. Good work by Graydon Jones. Did what he could to get a limb in front of that puck, and while under great pressure, able to clear. 13:40 here in period 3. 17 on the penalty to number 17, Xander Valeris. This is down for an icing call against the Erie Otters. They will close off this power play, their fourth of the game, from the defensive zone. Saginaw looking to get the split here on the weekend after the 7-4 loss in Kitchener at the hands of the Rangers. Saginaw 2 more games with the Erie Otters this season. February the 6th, Erie comes back to the Dow Event Center. They'll conclude the season series in this building on March 8th. And a playoff meeting between these two hockey teams considerably less likely than it was at this time last year. They were on a collision course since pretty much the trade deadline on. 4th and 5th place in the West, and nobody really budged. Point shot here by Erie as they try to go back to work. Is fought aside by Stepan Shurigan. Trevino between the dots fan on that chance. Callum Hughes keeps it alive. Jacob Kluche, a heavy shoulder there. He steps right through Julius Sari. Now into the offensive end is Harmer. Cutting back, twisting, tripped up. Play continues. Otters back the other direction. Here's Evan Hedrick with a good angle and a shot on the blocker side wide. Kept alive and moved down by Jackson Schouten. James Go back behind the Spirit net here for Levi Harper. Up the near side, Harmer to Popoy. They get tied up at the line. Poke check there will free that puck thanks to Ulysses Lombardi. Jackson Schouten waves it in. Shurigan almost put that in his own net. He turned over the hand to knock it down with the goal stick, and it just trickles wide about 4 inches outside the far goal post. Bouncing puck back in. To the Otters' end, they will restart. Ambrosio taken away by Sawyer Schmidt. Otters will settle it down. This one ramped in. A rolling puck in on Shurigan. He will calmly and perhaps more cautiously handle that puck for a faceoff. And a close stay in front of the goaltender's crease by Jackson Schouten has drawn the attention here of James Go. 12:15 to go in the third period. 5-1 Spirit. We'll take a break. Back to Erie Insurance Arena in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Saginaw survives the Xander Valeris cross-checking penalty. 12:15 left in the third period. They protect a 5-1 lead. Igor Barabanov, his 18th of the season, and Jacob Kluche's 11th. Have the Spirit firmly in the driver's seat. Here's we approach the midway point of the third period. Stepan Shurigan has made 35 saves on 36 shots. He's got some help from the goalpost. Very nearly a bit of a brain cramp prior to that last break, but puck stays out. Here's a point shot from Ambrosio right off the draw, and a rebound chance does not get to the net off the stick of Ulysses Lombardi. Back behind the net, looking for the wraparound. 2 saves, maybe 3 there from Shurigan, and a big pile up after the fact, as now Jackson Schouten challenging, trying to pull the entire pile here, as Brody Papoy. Now Harper is pulled off here by Ambrosio. Harper and Ambrosio continue to lock up. Jackson Schouten has one of the Spirit players, and now Frasca is giving Brody Papoy a run for his money here. Stepan Shurigan vacates the premises. 12:04 to go here in the third. I don't see how we escape with anything other than a couple of roughing minors here. Levi Harper is going to get pulled over to the penalty box. There's a whole parade of Otters who are making their way over. I believe only one of them is going to get called. Harper and Ambrosio. So it looks like we'll skate it 4-on-4 again. A couple of whacks there on the wraparound chance. Ambrosio getting in after Shurigan, just trying to jam that puck over the line. Harper comes over and kind of dunks the head of Jackson Schouten. And that's what brings everything else to a head. And right now, just Levi Harper and Lucas Ambrosio. So 12:04 left in regulation, a 5-1 lead here for Saginaw. And the face-off to come outside the Spirit end. Thought there was going to be an extra moment of explanation from the officials. Jackson Schouten looking for an extra penalty here on the Otter side of things to the Spirit. We're going to skate at 5-on-5 rather, as Harper and Ambrosio will sit down. Full capacity on the playing surface. Xander Valeris leads the charge in, slides a puck towards the net, and an easy stick save by Tegelar. And again, the sticks come up high. Valeris has a couple of Otters to deal with. Jake Murray got the hands up on Xander Valeris. Bodie Stewart's in the mix as well. Plot, a couple of pops for Valeris up high, and that's going to cost him a penalty. And Plot, after the referee again. That was the extra pop. That's the only thing that's going to get called out of that exchange. And that's exactly what Xander Valeris was looking for. Plot's going to continue to let the officials hear it. He won't be the only one here inside Erie Insurance Arena. 11:53 here in the third. Saginaw to the power play. If you can believe it, just their second IBW Local 557 power play in this game on what should be a roughing call to Luke Plot. And again, because we were skating at 5-on-5 beforehand, it'll be your typical 5-against-4. As the Spirit power play will be without Levi Harper. Now, he's not on the top power play unit here for Chris Lazar. He's been on power play 2 with James Go and Ryan Hanrahan, Jensen Geldart, Brody Papoy. So power play 2 will have to be shaken up, but the top unit's probably going to stay the same here for Chris Lazary. Chris Millette getting the explanation back on the Otter bench right now from the officiating crew. Right now, a timeout's been called here by Chris Lazary of the Saginaw Spirit. And again, they're looking to make sure that this one gets firmly put out of range. 5-1, you may think that's enough. 11:53 to go here in the third. Again, for a Spirit Hockey Club that's picked up 15 wins out of 42 to this point in the season, you can never be too careful, never be too sure. So another Otter has been brought over to the penalty box to join Plot. McLean Agret will join him as well. Let's see if we can get a listen for you. Unsportsmanlike conduct, bench minor to the Otters. So that'll send Saginaw up 5-3 here for a full 2 minutes. Now it's Jilkin right off the faceoff. Over to the right wing circle. Nikita Klepov trying to put some icing on this one at 5-1 right now. Klepov, a bouncing puck in the circle. Settled down now. Top of the left circle. Throws it on through. Deflection there by Harmon. That's a great save by Tegelar. All the way against the grain. The Spirit just toss it towards the net. Harmer gets a pretty decent chunk of that puck. And Tegelar is off balance going the other direction. He's still able to make the stop. Carson Harmer here between Barabanov and Kluche, and the Otters will clear after they win a faceoff. Callum Hughes, Michael D'Alessio, and Tristan Trevino, the 3 penalty killers here for Erie. Barabanov swings out from behind the Spirit net. Jilkin, the drop pass at the line. Give and go there with Kluche. Jilkin down to the goal line. Takes it right to the net now in behind. Urges on the near side into the circle. Calm pass up high for Barabanov that bounced on him, but he settles it down and moves it over to the far side. Nikita Klepov down to the goal line. Bumper to the middle. They score. Perfectly executed. From the goal line, Carson Harmer finds Dimas Jilkin. He's on the board. Not his first point of the game, but his first goal. And it's 6-1 on the power play. Several assists in this contest. It's a 3-point night now for Dimas Jilkin as he's on the board with his 22nd goal of the season. And the bumper play does not get executed too much better than that. They're working around Klepov down to the goal line. Harmer from the right side. And then the one-touch pass, Harmer to Jilkin right between the hash marks. Past the blocker of Tegelar. And into the back of the net to make it 6-1. So the Spirit convert on the first of the 2 Otter penalties. Again, it was Luke Plant for a roughing call, and then a bench minor to the Otters served by McLean Agret. And this is with Ambrosio and Harper still in the penalty box from their earlier skirmish. And there is confusion between how many players should be on the ice right now for the Otters. 5-4. Still 1:14 left on this IBEW Local 557 power play here for the Spirit. They've converted once. 5-4. Second unit gets to go to work now. It's 6-1 on the goal by Jilkin. Jensen Geldart works his way into the offensive zone. Brody Papoy stumbles as Murray gets into him. Puck held by Go. Pocket pick, though. Here's an opportunity. Short-handed breakaway. Caden Edwards put it off the goalpost. Shurigan might have got a piece with the glove. 4 goalposts in this game for the Erie Otters. Picked up deep in Spirit real estate. This is Ryan Hanrahan with speed. Give and go with Bodie Stewart. Stewart got jammed up along the wall. James Go cycles it back underneath the Erie net. Hanrahan advances. Brody Papoy braces for contact. Got a stiff shoulder there. And a little bit more after as he's locked up with Blake Gowan. And finally they separate. The Otters clear the puck, and Shurigan will drop it off here for James Go. 16 seconds left on the Agret penalty. James Go runs into Michael Deck in the neutral zone. Otters want to call. Ryan Hanrahan in the left circle now. Drops it back up high. Bodie Stewart. Center point. James Go. Far circle. Carson Harmer waits, throws it back through the seam, looking for Stewart. Otters will take it out off the deflection there from Stewart. Now a chance. McGrath, a breakaway out of the penalty box. Stopped by the right pad of Shurigan. Now back in the circle. Another shot that hits a body in front. Bounces into the corner. Andrew Kuzma, left point. D'Alessio's shot gets blocked to the near boards. McLean Agret calmly handled now by Carson Harmer. As the Spirit can't get out. Poked out to center ice finally by Bodie Stewart. Saginaw 1 for 3 in the power play here in this game. Couple of great saves by Shurigan. Now here's Kuzma back in. The shot from the circle fought off by Shurigan. Now Harmer back behind the Spirit net. Around the far boards. Rauja twists a puck back out to neutralize. Here comes Sawyer Schmidt now on a one-on-one. Otters getting back. Schmidt lays it back in front. McLean Agret there to cut things off for Erie. 9 minutes left in period 3. 6-1 Spirit. Some great saves again from Stepan Shurigan. 41 saves on the night so far. That's on 42 Otter shots. Otters break the puck back up ice. Down the right wing, it bounces in behind Shurigan's net. On into Saginaw's Barabanov. Up to Uri Rauja. Trying to spring a pass again to Sawyer Schmidt. He was tied up at the offensive blue line, delayed offside. This will be sent back in for the Otters to handle. Up the far wall to center. Otters put it onto the stick of Cal Hughes. Back towards the middle, looking there for Plot. Here's a chance down the left side. Hedrick put it back in front. Can't get a shot off. Plot back up high. Thrown near side. Callum Hughes tried the one-touch pass back to the right point, and Nick Frasca doesn't connect. Otters go back down below the Spirit goal line and all the way back around past Sawyer Schmidt out to center. So now Saginaw can complete another line change here. 8 minutes left in period 3. 6-1 Spirit. Nick Frasca up the near side. Callum Hughes back in with Blake Barnes. They both crash into the near corner of the Spirit end. 3 Spirit players can't get that puck away from 2 Otters. Erie up the near boards. Frasca taken into the glass here by Zhilkin. Out of the corner again. Josh Glavin. Heavy check there. Moved here to Blake Barnes up the far side. This is picked up by Klepov. Moved back in. Near side handled by Zhilkin. Dropped it back. Klepov stops up in the left circle down below the goal line. That one into the skates of Zhilkin. He chases it down to the far wall. Has to get out of the way of what would have been a friendly fire check there from Igor Barabanov. Zhilkin has it stolen there by Jackson Schouten. Rolling full speed down the wing. This is Caden Edwards into the offensive zone. A cross-ice pass. Xander Valeris is going to seal off Ulysses Lombardi on the far wall. And the battle goes back down below the Spirit goal line. Barabanov trying to slip it up off the wall. That outlet pass does not connect for Zhilkin. So it's settled down back in Erie territory here. And back for Tristan Trevino. Caden Edwards back around. Listed there by Schouten in behind the goal. Tristan Trevino. Otters go to work again in the offensive zone here for the Spirit. Caden Edwards pokes it back down deep. Xander Valeris taken into the boards. And now all the way on the far side, Nikita Klepov away from the jumping linesman who had to get out of the way of that puck. Now Xander Valeris throws a pass from his skates. Too far for Ryan Hanrahan. Otters pick it up again. Case Kamzik down the right side for Erie. Pulls up, throws a cross-ice pass that's on and off the stick of Blake Gowan. Throws it to the net. Puck in the right corner. Chased down by D'Alessio here for Erie. Inside 6 to go in this third period. Barabanov over the offensive blue line. Twists his way through, gets tossed into the wall there by D'Alessio. Play going to continue. Otters come back up ice. Stepped up on by James Gull. Kamzik can't break into the offensive zone for Erie, so Drew Roscoe moves this puck back out at center, but not before taking a check from Jake Murray. Otters back in, offside. 5:43 here in regulation. Saginaw in the driver's seat, 6-1. We're back to close off regulation here in a moment on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today.
Hi, this is Dima Zhulkin, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Well, that young man right there is a big part of the reason why the Saginaw Spirit are up 6-1 in this game. A goal and 2 assists for Zhilkin. 6-game scoring streak. Now has 11 points on it. He's almost a 2-point-per-game player over the last 6 contests here. Saginaw 6-1 here from Erie Insurance Arena. 5.5 to go in regulation. They push the puck back into the offensive zone and go to work one more time. James Go trying to send the puck over for Drew Roscoe. He took a run out of the ice, and now the Otters come back the other direction down the wing. Read nicely on the recovery by James Go. Kamzik, near side Frasca. The return is deflected by Go out to center ice. Kamzik here in the neutral zone. Stepped into a good hit by Carson Harmer. Healthy body check there. Taken now by Cooper into the offensive end. Kamzik here for the Otters. Into the skates of Graydon Jones. Now the puck back in behind Stepan Shurigan. James Go hesitates on the outlet pass. This one up onto the backhand. Graydon Jones into the offensive end. Takes it there himself. Now into the circle. A backhand shovel shot while falling. Turned out by the left pad of Tegelar. Now Kluche in front. Jones tried to find Popoy. That's shut down, and Kluche backhands it in behind the Otter net for Brody Popoy again. Popoy taken into the boards. Nick Frasca on him there for the point. Graydon Jones here for Blake Barnes. Little hesitation just inside the blue line from Barnes. Harmer, one-timer from the point, back down low. Brody Popoy looking for a wraparound chance. That doesn't connect. Otters go off the glass. Not out, though. Barnes seals the wall. Down low, looking for Sawyer Schmidt. Barnes kept it alive again. Now Jensen Geldart on the far boards at the hash mark, thrown in front. The late penalty coming. Shearing into the Spirit bench as Sawyer Schmidt's in. Now for Jensen Geldart. Between the dots, Geldart. Barabanov, the extra attacker, pumps and shoots, and that goes off a body wide. Geldart for Barnes. Inside 4 to go in regulation. 6-on-5 here in the delayed penalty. Barnes put it right onto the tape there at Geldart. High in the offensive end, dropped it off. Barabanov, goal line. Brody Popoy on the near side. Popoy back on through, top of the zone. Blake Barnes for Jensen Geldart. Good puck possession here for Saginaw on the delayed call. Barabanov keeps it going right through Jake Murray into the circle here. The shot from Sawyer Schmidt gets deflected off of an Otter skate and out of play. 3.5 left in regulation. There's more after. A big pile up in the near side corner as Michael Deck is after Blake Barnes here. They finally get separated. Jake Murray keeps going after Barnes. Not sure what Barnes had to say to Murray. Murray keeps going after Barnes. Saginaw again, intended to be heading to the IBW Local 557 power play. 3.5 left here in regulation. We'll see if Barnes gets anything else after that. Not sure what started that scrum. Barnes got a nice slash there for Michael Deck. The accidental on purpose slash. As Deck turns around, fires a slash into the midsection of Barnes, and that's Blake Barnes' night. Back down the tunnel he goes. 3.5 left here in regulation. And the conversation between the referee, Mitchell Hardy, Dima Zhilkin of the Spirit, Tristan Trevino, the captain of the Erie Otters. As Levi Harper and Lucas Ambrosio are still in their penalty boxes. They've each picked up 10-minute misconducts from their initial scrum. We'll see what do we play at here. Here in the dying moments of this third period. 6-1 Saginaw. 3:30 right on the dot here in the third. If the officials did not see the slash from Michael Deck, and I don't believe they did. And it looks like we're going to skate at 4-on-4 here. So Saginaw had a power play coming. They've negated it. Now a honk of the horn. The penalty box attendants say we need somebody in here for when these minor penalties are done. Blake Beer, the referee, skated over to Chris Lazary, who would probably like to know why he doesn't have his power play anymore. Slash from Deck, retaliation from Barnes. But Lazary sent over Jacob Kluche to the Spirit penalty box to serve it. So offsetting minors between Erie's. Tough to see who's in the penalty box right now. Dima Zhilkin looks on. It's Jacob Kluche back in the Spirit penalty box. I believe Nick Frasca is the extra Otter serving the penalty. We're at 4-on-4 here for just about the rest of regulation. 3:14 left. Puck is back in behind the Otter net. 6-1 lead here for Saginaw. They look to take the 2-0 series advantage against Erie. And to make things worse, an injured Otter heading back to the bench. Callum Hughes into the offensive zone, sends a shot over the crossbar. Gowan blocked out shot with the top of his foot. He is back now on the Otter bench and in some considerable discomfort. Ryan Hanrahan up the right wing, shifts to the middle. James Go takes a heavy check and a little bit more after from Michael D'Alessio. And another penalty's upcoming here for the Erie Otters, and this will send Saginaw to the power play. And Tristan Trevino comes over to get in the grill of James Go. So Saginaw already headed to the power play here. Their fourth IBEW Local 557 power play in this game. Penalty box door swings open. Michael D'Alessio not thrilled about it. Cross-checking is the call. So the Spirit power play gets to round out its business here. One power play goal in this game. It's their fourth opportunity, and the puck that found the back of the net on the man advantage. It's about as good as puck movement can get for Saginaw. It's a 4-against-3. Barabanov near side. Zhilkin one-timer. Great save by Tegelar. That one was earmarked for the top shelf. Barabanov over to Klepov in the right circle. Multi-point nights for all three of these gentlemen, and a Zhilkin shot goes off the outside of the cage. Again, from his one-time spot in the circle. Otters put it on the wall, but Zhilkin pulls it back off. Left circle, throws it through right in front. Harmer, and that denied by the left pad of Tegelar. A bouncer down the ice as Shurigan drops it down. Igor Barabanov up through center ice again into the offensive zone here for the Spirit. The drop-off, Klepov into the right wing circle, back for Barabanov, right between the dots over. Klepov one-timer, good save again by Tegelar. Harmer in front, mixing up after the fact. 155 here in regulation, 113 on Saginaw's IBEW Local 557 power play. And Zhilkin's stick is in half. He will get a new one, courtesy of Spirit Equipment Manager Aiden Gome. Levi Harper is out of the penalty box. So is Lucas Ambrosio. Face-off will come in the right wing circle. Offensive zone for Saginaw. Kuzma to take it on the other side. And off the tie-up, it'll bounce back. Klepov finds Barabanov. The shot rides up off the skate into the netting, out of play. 150 left here in regulation. And Saginaw's top line in this hockey game has carried them to another. Barabanov, goal and 2 assists for 3 points. Zhilkin, goal and assist for 3 points rather. Otters will clear this. Klepov, 4 points, 1 goal, 3 helpers. Stepan Shurigan not to be overlooked in this game. 41 saves. That's his single game high as Barabanov is back into the offensive zone. 49 seconds on this Spirit power play. Klepov rolls into the right wing circle. It's a 5-against-4 now as 2 players come out. Kluche from the box. One in the one-timer. That doesn't come together. Zhilkin now rolls to the right side. Back in behind the net. Dima Zhilkin. 1 goal already in this game. Barabanov over. Klepov looking to make it a 5-point night. He's done it once already and 0 sound this year. Feeds Zhilkin. Can he do it again? Klepov, right circle. Back to the seam. Barabanov down to the goal line. Kluche up high. Zhilkin over. Klepov, one-timer. That one denied on the way through. Outstanding puck movement here from Saginaw again on the power play. Kluche, top of the left circle. 10 seconds on the power play. 50 in regulation. One-time shot there by Klepov is stopped by Tegelar. Put back in front. And taken out of danger here by Kuzma. Cleared off the boards all the way down. That's it for the power play. Great looks from Saginaw, though they're 1 for 4 here in this game. Some more fantastic saves by Tegelar. He is hunched over in the Otter net right now. Tegelar up the far wall. Blake Gowan back on. Glove down by Jones at center. 22 seconds here. Ten points between the top line. Stepan Shurigan sets this puck up one last time here. 10 seconds left in regulation. It'll be a 41 save performance for the Spirit netminder. And 2 points for Saginaw on a Saturday night. A hot start is able to be driven home to the finish line here for the Saginaw Spirit. Win number 16 on the year. And they'll take 2 points back to the Dow Event Center with them on the bus tonight. Stepan Shurigan, 41 saves in the game. Dima Zhilkin, a goal and 2 assists. Same goes for Igor Barabanov. 4 points for Nikita Klepov. What a night all around. Saginaw back in the win column. The Otters, their 7th straight loss. 2 more battles between these 2 hockey clubs on the season before it's all said and done. We'll send you to a break, and before we're all said and done, your final, not an intermission report, it's your post-game coverage. 3 stars. What's next for Saginaw? Coming up after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Buick is America's oldest Buick dealership. Our factory-trained service technicians deliver precision care to keep your vehicle performing at its best. We also have an award-winning body shop. We even sell parts and tires. You truly get it all at Garber Buick. Better service, better selection, and better prices. Garber Buick, State Street in Saginaw. Online, garberbuick.com. Buick, exceptional by design.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh and Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff. Taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear. With a team that plays to win.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Saginaw extends their lead, holds on through a couple penalty kills rather, and takes a 6-1 win away from Erie and to close out this weekend. Let's take a look back at that third period, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. It was a 3-1 lead for Saginaw heading into this final frame, and 4-on-4 to start things out as Xander Valeris and Michael Deck are exchanged roughing penalties at the end of the second. The first minute of each of these periods very friendly for the Saginaw Spirit, as only 26 seconds in, they get out of their own end. Klepov darts through the Erie defense for a shot at the right post, and Igor Barabanov cleans up the rebound from the left to make it 4-1.
Into the right wing circle. Klepov darts back in front there. Barabanov slams it home. Klepov knifes his way through everybody to find Igor Barabanov on the near goal post. A goal at 4-on-4. Barabanov.
26 seconds, your Herman Hisson Company time of the goal there. Things return to 5-on-5, but not too long after that, a couple bobbled pucks by the Otters at the Spirit blue line are worked up to Jacob Cloutier by Carson Harmer. And Cloutier takes it all the way down to score his 11th of the season and further extend that lead.
Carson Harmer can't keep it in front of him. Murray, stolen off the skates of Harmer, shovels it ahead. It'll be handled here by Cloutier and a partial breakaway. 2 Otters chasing. Cloutier scores! Jacob Cloutier had one move. He pulled it to the forehand and used the option to go right between the legs of Noah Tegelar. 5-1 Saginaw.
Xander Valeris sits for cross-checking a little bit later, putting the Otters up a man. Some nice blocked shots and clearing, kills it off for the Spirit. A wraparound chance by Ulysses Lombardi is stopped by Shurigan during an Erie push. That leads to some roughing penalties to Harper and Ambrosio. Things stay 5-on-5. Tensions really rising. But not too long after that, Luke Plant sits for another roughing. Spirit go to power play number 2 only on the evening, plus a bench minor to Erie for unsportsmanlike conduct makes it a 5-on-3 power play. Saginaw gets things set up, moving the puck around. Nikita Klepov goes to Harmer for the bumper pass to Zhilkin in the center, who goes blocker side for his 22nd goal of the season.
Calm pass up high for Barabanov that bounced on him, but he settles it down and moves it over to the far side. Nikita Klepov down to the goal line. Bumper to the middle, they score! Perfectly executed. From the goal line, Carson Harmer finds Dima Zhilkin.
8 minutes, 54 seconds, your Herman Hisson Company time of the goal on that one during the power play. As time expires on that remaining penalty, McLean Agret nabs a bouncing puck at the Spirit blue line, takes it in, but Shurigan sticks out the right pad to deny the chance.
Back through the seam, looking for Stewart. Otters will take it out off the deflection there from Stewart. Now a chance. McGrath, a breakaway out of the penalty box, stopped by the right pad of Shurigan. Now back in the circle, another shot that hits a body in front.
The Otters kept up the push, looking to get something back, throwing the body around a little bit more with a penalty to them upcoming. Blake Barnes mixes it up a little bit. That results in some 4-on-4. And then 48 seconds into that, Saginaw gets a power play off a cross-checking from DeLesio. They set up the same movement that gave them the lead originally, but Erie is able to kill that one off. 6-1. The final score. Shots on goal in the third period, 10-10. Erie leading in the game total, 42-28. The Spirit, the only power play tally on the evening. 1 for 2. Erie 0 for 4 on the power play. Scoring in the third, Igor Barabanov from Klepov and Graydon Jones, Kluche from Harmer on the partial breakaway, and Dima Zhilkin on the power play, assisted by Harmer and Klepov, makes that 6-1. One more highlight for you. It's our My Michigan Health save of the game. Comes to us from the first period, if you can think back that far, and it's a good one. Erie breaking into the offensive end along the right side. After a little bit of a pileup, the puck comes out in front. Shurigan turns the stick up to deny Lucas Ambrosio right in the slot.
Puts it up to McLean. A Gretton, a cross-ice pass. Michael Deck can't handle it off the boards. So Xander Valeris now put back in front. Deck on the steal. Loose puck right in front. They can't jam it home. Loose open. Deck, great save. Oh, Shurigan with the paddle.
Stefan Shurigan, 41 saves on 42 shots faced here this evening. I'm sure we'll hear his name at least once more before we end our broadcast here today. One more look at our out-of-town scores presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. These games are approaching going final. Still one game going on in the OHL. The Peterborough Petes scored 46 seconds into their game against the Niagara Ice Dogs, and no further scoring for the remainder of the game. 1-0, the Petes take the win. It's a close game in Barrie as the Colts currently hold on to a 3-2 lead over the Oshawa Generals. It was a tie game heading into the third, and under 2 minutes in, Cole Baudouin scores for the Colts to make it 3-2. That's our look at our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. We'll send you back now to the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth and Dylan Clark for our 3 stars of the game.
Thanks, Jonathan. It was going to be a night where somebody got left off. I don't think it's going to hurt Dima Zhilkin's feelings. A 3-point night for him, 5 for 9 from the faceoff circle. He is not one of our Applebee's 3 stars of the game. Somebody else that had 3 points is Igor Barabanov, goal and 2 assists. His 15th multi-point night of the season. Got 53 points on the year in right now 43 games. He's your 3rd star. Jonathan said we might hear Stepan Shurigan's name again. He would be correct. 41 saves on 42 shots for the Spirit netminder, his highest single-game total of his 37-game OHL career so far. Picks up his 15th win on the season. Stepan Shurigan, your 2nd star of the game. Nikita Klepov, a goal, 3 assists, plus 3, another 4-point night for Klepov. It comes just shy of his single season, or his single game best, rather, that 5-point night that he had all the way back in October against the Owen Sound Attack. It is the 2nd 4-point night that Klepov has had following January the 4th against the Brampton Steelheads. Nikita Klepov, goal and 3 assists, 4 points. He's your Applebee's 1st star of the game. Our look ahead, Saginaw is going to head back home, but they're still out on the road as far as the games are concerned. Our Applied Innovation look ahead, Thursday night, January the 22nd, 7:05 puck drop from the Peterborough Memorial Center against the Petes. Friday, January 23rd, 7:05 against the Kingston Frontenacs. A travel day on Saturday, and then they're in Ottawa. 3 o'clock on Sunday, January the 25th, against the Ottawa 67s. Puck drop at 3 o'clock for that game. Our pregame will begin 15 minutes prior to each game here on 100.5 FM WSGW. That's our Applied Innovation look ahead. Final score in the game. Saginaw 6, the Erie Otters 1, their 16th win of the season. 16-23-4 right now, 39 points on the season as they look to ascend the OHL's Western Conference. For Jonathan, thanks to him and all the work that he does back at our studios, my name's Dylan Clark. Thanks for being with us tonight, this whole weekend, and the whole season so far. Good night, Saginaw. We'll talk to you next week.
You've been listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. All season long, the Spirit play on WSGW 100.5 FM and online WSGW.com. We now return to regular programming on WSGW.